Welcome to Metro News coverage of the 2025 American Legion State Baseball Championship Tournament. We are at Dale Miller Field at Milan Park in Morgantown for this year's event. Tournament coverage brought to you by MVP Bank, Pro Performance, the Visit Mountain Air Country Convention and Visitors Bureau, Greer Industries, Lang Monument, and HealthWorks. Let's head to the ballpark for today's play-by-play action.
It is Game 2 here at Dale Miller Field at Milan Park here in Morgantown, West Virginia. We are moments away from the anthem playing here on a beautiful afternoon. I'm Jonathan Edwards, joined by Jack Carlson here at Dale Miller Field. We are moments away from the anthem. The lineups have just been announced, and we'll go over those following the anthem. But, Jack, good to be with you for the second game of our morning slate.
Absolutely. Charleston post 65 taking on Berkeley post 14 in this one. And, Jonathan, what a great game we saw in the first game of our day here to start off the tournament. A back and forth affair between the Berkeley Bash and Post 60. Eventually Post 60 won that game 12-8. It was just a back and forth affair. Post 60 jumped out to an early lead in that game, and then from there Berkeley was able to rally in the contest, lead 7-4, and eventually Post 60 was able to come up with some clutch hits down the stretch and win the game 12-8, advancing to the winner's bracket, and they will be playing tomorrow at 4 p.m. in that winner's bracket game against the winner of our 4 p.m. game here today. And right now, as we look at the bracket, the 1 p.m. game here between Berkeley post 14 and Charleston post 65, the winner of this one advances to the winner's bracket to play at 7 p.m. tomorrow. The loser will be playing at 1 p.m. tomorrow.
Absolutely. Again, the first of 5 full days of baseball here at Dale Miller Field, and you are watching on Metro News, or if you're joining us on the radio, good to be with you again. The American Legion Tournament for West Virginia in 2025, our second of many, many games this weekend. Charleston post 65 at 17 and 15, wearing these red jerseys. If you're listening on the radio, they're really sleek. Red jerseys with blue numbers, blue sleeves, and white pants with the pinstripes, the classic look. And on the other side, white jerseys for Berkeley, post 14 with red numbers on the back, post 14 around the nameplate, and red hats on the side for Charleston, black and white hats for Berkeley. Moments away now from getting this game underway. We'll go through the starting lineups now, starting with the visiting Charleston post 65. Wearing number 10 and playing at third base, Luke Blades. Number 33, Barrett Van Camp, playing second base today. Number 4, Evan Wilson. He's pitching, getting the start on the mound. He'll be towing the rubber. Number 14, Jason Farrell, behind the plate, catching today. Number 11, Grant Berkeley for playing shortstop in the 6th slot, or the 5 slot in the lineup, playing the 6th spot on the field. Gavin Barnett, number 28, playing first base today. Gage Tawney, number 35, center fielder. Then number 9, the right fielder, Luke Buckner. And rounding out the lineup for Charleston is number 7, Trey Cox. He is the left fielder. The starting lineups now for the home team in this matchup. Berkeley, post 14. Trace Huff leads it off at second base. Liam Healy at right field, number 4, in the 3rd spot. Braden Edwards, wearing number 17, playing first base today. Batting cleanup, Jameer Brown, number 12, and playing shortstop. The designated hitter, number 9, in the 5 spot, Wyan McClintock, and Braden Oviedo, We'll get a check on that. Oviedo, I should say, the Jefferson native, wearing number 10. Number 3, Cole Smith, the catcher. Brett Peterson, the left fielder, wearing number 14. Number 2, Sam Hefner, catching. And your pitcher wearing number 1, the ace, Jet Gross. And those are your lineups for today's matchup, as Gross is on the mound, getting his warm-ups in. We're a few minutes away. And Jack, what do you see in this matchup? Again, we don't get a lot of notes before this, but what after we've got a game under our belts, What do you expect here?
Well, absolutely. It should be an interesting matchup between Charleston Post 65, the Area 3 champions coming in, and then for the home team in this one, Berkeley Post 14, the runner-up in Area 4, to the team we saw in the first game of the day, Post 60. And of course, the Post 60 Knights very worthy of that Area 4 championship. This team, Berkeley, is sending out a tremendous left-hander to the hill. Jet Gross at Jefferson High School this past spring absolutely shoved, as the kids would say. 8-0 was his record on the mound with an ERA of 0.56 in 2025. 11 appearances, all out of the bullpen. 49 and 2/3 innings pitched. He only surrendered 5 runs total, and from those 5 runs, 4 were earned. 15 walks, and get this, 71 strikeouts for Gross in 49 and 2/3 innings. So look for a lot of swing and miss and a lot of strikeouts here as Gross. Berkeley is sending out their ace in this one.
Absolutely. Aces, I mean, you can't blame them for, with an 8-0 record and a barely above .5 ERA, there's no question why he is the ace of this Berkeley squad. But we're underway now, and the first hit of the bat is going to be a close bang-bang play at first, and Luke Blades is out. He hit it across the middle and, just didn't get there in time on the throw, and he's out at first.
Yeah, so a ground ball to second. Blades is retired 4-3 in the book. Trace Huff makes the play defensively, throwing it on to Braden Edwards at first base. So just like that, Jonathan, 1 pitch, 1 out for the ace, Jet Gross.
Well, Baron Van Camp will be the second batter, the lefty, and he takes a strike down the middle on the first throw of the at-bat. Again, Van Camp, the 5'6", 135 infielder, hits that one left from Sissonville, recent graduate. Jet Gross will line up for another pitch, and outside to the right on the opposite batter's box.
So 1-2 count here on Van Camp. Gross aggressive in the early going.
Can't blame him, as that one's inside, just near the back foot of Van Camp. It'll even the count out 2-2 with 1 out, nobody on in the top of the first. Charleston up to bat. Gross looking and about to wind up the pitch. And a swing and a miss, and that will sit down Van Camp.
Well, surprise, surprise. First of what we assume to be many strikeouts here this afternoon for Jet Gross. Just dispatches Van Camp on that 2-2. Showing his stuff in the early going as Gross, a couple of quick outs on just 6 pitches.
He's making quick work, and we saw that in the first game. The top of the first was a 1-2-3. There's a chance for that now as the pitcher, Evan Wilson, who we'll see in just a moment, grounds out. And that will end the top of the first inning, just 7 pitches away. And Jet Gross dealt all over that. And we will step aside for a quick break. You're listening to the 2025 West Virginia State American Legion Tournament on Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
Greer Industries.
Inside all of us lies a potential to succeed. The definition of success differs for each of us. It's personal. One size doesn't fit all. At MVB, we believe in relationships supported by technology, product offerings, and industry knowledge. We believe in your imagination, your determination, and your grit. Our financial services keep pace with your ambition and empower your limitless potential. We say yes if, when other banks say no because. At our core, we power potential. We strive to unlock the potential in you, your family, your business, and your community. Your success is our success. You deserve more than a bank. You deserve a trusted partner on the financial frontier. MVB, powering your potential.
Let's return to coverage of the 2025 American Legion State Baseball Championships on Metro News.
And welcome back. It is the bottom of the first here at Dale Miller Field. Trace Huff about to lead off for the first at-bat of the day for the Berkeley Post 14, who is the home team, 18-8, and the Area 4 runner-up on the year. They're wearing the white jerseys and listed as the home squad as they are in the first base dugout. We're getting some warm-ups from Evan Wilson, who we just saw ground out to end the top of the first, but he will be pitching in the bottom of the first. He is the ace. Jack, do you have anything on Evan Wilson?
Absolutely. So he's a graduate of Capitol High School, the Cougars in Charleston, West Virginia. Just finished up his freshman year at Marietta College out there in Ohio. Two-way player, Wilson, infielder and also a pitcher as he's starting out there here in this one. Struggled a little bit with the Pioneers in his first year of college baseball. 1-1 with an ERA of 10.13. 5 1/3 innings, gave up 6 earned runs. So this summer, a tremendous opportunity for him to try and get back on that horse ahead of his second year in college.
Absolutely is. Again, not the best numbers at Marietta, but again, having college experience in a tournament like this where it's 19 under, that's a big addition to the resume regardless of your production. Again, Evan Wilson, 6'3", 185, has the tangibles. We talked about that. That is important when you're towing the rubber on the mound. And his first pitch is in for a strike on the left side. He's going up against Trace Huff. And first time he's made contact today, that's going out to the left side. And just a mishap on the left side of the field. The left fielder that's going to be a triple.
Yeah, so Trey Cox out there in left field just stumbled. That's the second time we've seen today the left fielder lose the ball out there in the sun. It looked like Cox was battling the sun, and then when he finally found that ball, he moved too quickly, lost his footing, and it cost him dearly. A 3-base error there, and Huff will reach third base. So it looks like it will go as a base hit in the scoring book, but still an error that Cox should not have made.
Yeah, it was a bit hard to explain what he was doing. It looked like he had it, and it looked like it was going to be a can of corn, and he fell at least 2 or 3 times and was unable to reach the ball in left field. It is listed as a hit. He makes it to third. Huff does, as Liam Healy is up to bat now. And that one's inside. For a ball, 2-0 is the count.
A couple of quick balls here to Healy. Interesting that the top of the post 14 lineup, 3 consecutive lefties against the righty Wilson.
And that one will...
Looks like catcher interference.
I think that's what it is, and as a Red Sox fan, I hate to hear that because it's been a rough series of that against the Phillies this week. But nonetheless, back on topic with this, we'll check the replay.
First baseman number 17, Braden
as he swings. Yeah, I could see that being catcher interference. And he will move to first. So a runner on first and third. Runners on the corners. First pitch of the at-bat to Braden Edwards is in for a strike. 0-1's the count. Again, a beautiful day here at Dale Miller Field at Milan Park in Morgantown. This one outside to the left for a ball. Evens out the count, 1-1. Still no outs. Runners on the corners with Berkeley up to bat. And a pickoff attempt. Keeps the man at first. Keeps Healy at first, to be specific.
Braden Edwards had a great spring with the Washington High School Patriots here in 2025.
That one in for another ball. 2-1 on the left side. Runner still on the corners, no outs. So Wilson still trying to collect his first out. He's behind in the count. 2-1. Still scoreless here in the bottom of the first. That one fouled off to the left. Adjacent with Edwards.
Those numbers for Edwards this past spring. 402 hitter in 2025. 33 hits and 82 at-bats. And he drove in 30 runs. Certainly the guy that Berkeley wants up in this situation. 2 men on the base paths with nobody out.
Yeah, you can see why he is in the 3 spot. Swing and a miss. That will.
May have tipped it.
He did tip it, so stays alive in the count. Remains 2-2. Braden Edwards wearing number 17 today in those sleek uniforms. This is a great uniform matchup. If you're listening on the radio, you can't see, but we talked about it in the pregame. Pretty cool look. That one fouled off to the left side as well. Way out of play. Still 2-2. And Evan Wilson still looking for his first out as he has 11 pitches to his name already. Or excuse me. Yeah. Here's his 12th. This one also fouled. 3 fouls in a row for Edwards, all going to different sides or different areas on the left side. So again, we have Huff on third, Healy on first thanks to a catcher's interference call. 1 hit so far for Berkeley. No errors for either squad. Still scoreless. Here's the pitch. And that one almost lined down the left side and goes foul at the left second. But you go back to that first game we had this morning in the morning session, there were 3 or 4 hits that just hugged that third base line like that. I thought we were going to see another one.
Yeah, certainly playing the corners, all of the teams so far in this session. The umpires have been busy adjudicating fair and foul, catcher's interference, hit by pitcher or not hit by pitch. They've earned their keep, so to speak.
Absolutely. Wilson winding up, swing and a miss, and he finally records an out, and that's a good confidence booster for Evan Wilson, who has had a long period before recording his first out.
Yeah, certainly nothing easy to this point for post 69 out there on the mound, and Evan Wilson finally gets that out, but Edwards gave him a fight.
Here's the pitch. That one just barely clipped and rolls foul on the left side. Go down as a strike with 1 out. Runner still hanging around the corners for Berkeley. Berkeley again, the runner up in area 4, but again behind post 60, who put on an incredible performance in the 10 o'clock game. Bunt attempt. Did it roll foul? It did roll foul. So runners will retreat back to first and third respectively. And looked like it might have gotten down at first, but it rolled backwards and foul. So 0-2 is the count on Jameer Brown, the cleanup hitter. Jameer Brown, the 6'4", 170 Martinsburg product. That one in. And that will sit down. Jameer Brown, he strikes out. And that's Wilson's second after having a long period before recording his first out. 2 back-to-back strikeouts.
Very nice recovery here from Wilson. It seems like he's settling in a little bit. As you said, a couple of strikeouts. Really key after putting men on the corners with nobody out.
Here's the first pitch at the at-bat, and that one's in for the first strike. Looked like it was going to be a ball and ended up curving back in for Evan Wilson. He's going against Wyatt McClintock. And that one almost hit right to him, but that's going to be a 1-3 putout, and that will end the first inning as we are still scoreless. 1 hit recorded by Berkeley. Still no errors on the field. Runners left on first and third. And we will step aside for a quick break, and when we come back, there will be more action. You're listening to the 2025 West Virginia State American Legion Tournament on Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
This summer at Dan Calva Toyota World, we have trucks, and more trucks. With over 250 Toyota trucks here and on the way, we guarantee we have a truck for you. Come check out our 2025 hybrid Tacomas that offer 326 horsepower and 4.75% for 60 months. So come get your brand new Toyota truck today at Dan Calva Toyota World in Fairmont. Shop the world.
I'm Sean Kovich, Mountaineer Golf Coach. When disaster strikes your home, business, or golf game, call the restoration company the Mountaineers call. Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration.
You're listening to coverage of the 2025 American Legion State Baseball Championships on Metro News.
And we welcome you back to Dale Miller Field at Milan Park here in Morgantown, West Virginia. A beautiful day, a little warm, and we're still scoreless through one as the ace Jet Gross returns to the mound. It's his first pitch of the inning. It is a ball a little bit inside. If you're just joining us, I'm Jonathan Edwards, your play-by-play commentator today, joined by Jack Carlson. He was play-by-play for the first game of the session. It's great to be with you, whether you're watching on Metro News or following in one of our radio streams.
Special shout out to all of our camera operators today and our technical team. Shout out to Jackie Donnell as well on the camera behind home plate. Appreciate his hard work today. It's not been a cool one out there for sure. It's been a little bit warm out there, so we appreciate his dedication. It's 87 degrees out there and probably feels a little warmer in the sun.
Absolutely. Jason Farrell is the first batter faced, and he was up in the count 3-0 against the ace Jet Gross, but Gross finally fights back and collects a strike. 3-1 is the count, no outs. The first at bat at the top of the second, this one popped up and going out towards center field. And that one will be caught for the first out, and Jason Farrell flies out. We'll move on to Grant Berkeley, the shortstop, and batting fifth today. Gross will try and keep his batters to a minimum, as so far he has faced the minimum.
4 up, 4 down. Couldn't have asked for a better start.
First pitch on that one against Berkeley is up for the first ball. 1-0's the count, 1 out. That one in for a strike. Painted the corner of the plate. You can see the heat rating off on the TV stream. We can see it from here. It is that hot. And that one going to get past, and that's going to drop down on the left side. That's going to be at least a base hit for Berkeley. And he's going to stop at first base. And that is the first hit allowed today by Jet Gross.
Yeah, a little blooper the other way. Fighting it off did Berkeley there. Just a nice hit, and see if maybe post 65 can get a rally going. As the first 4 batters that Gross faced, he retired them, and they weren't too competitive of at-bats.
So 1 out, runner on first. Pitches into the ground for a ball. Gavin Barnett, the first baseman, is in the plate, or is on the plate wearing number 28 for Charleston. Again, Charleston post 65, 17-15 on the year, but the Area 3 champs. And that one hit up the middle. That's going to be another base hit. And the runner will advance to second, and Barnett will stop at first for back-to-back singles. And Jet Gross, after a hot start, has given up back-to-back singles. And Charleston has found a bit of a groove in this inning.
Yeah, promising start for post 65, threatening with a couple of base runners here, and Gage Tawney stepping up. See if they can't get something going here.
So Gross going to try and get back into his groove he had in the first inning. He will not face the minimum. And that one's in for a strike. 0-1 is the count. He's quickly back up into his pre-pitch ritual. He's looking back towards second base. And that one fouled off toward the third base side where Charleston resides in the dugout. And still scoreless. Charleston with 2 hits on the day, those back-to-back base hits. Berkeley with 1. Both pitchers with a pitch count of 19 so far. Here's number 20 for Gross. That one also fouled off. 0-2. Again, the wind has kind of died down finally, at least it looks like. The flags have finally stopped blowing for probably the first time since we've been here. We got here at about 9:30. The wind has been blowing ever since, and that keeps it cool. But back to the in-game action. Gross preparing for his next pitch against Tawney. Gage Tawney is the batter. The outfielder, 5'11", 190 out of Charleston Catholic. Here's the pitch, and a bit of a breaking ball, but doesn't cut back in. Evens the count out, 2-2. Runners on first and second. No one's teasing a steal yet. Runners are a bit off the base, but not enough to consider a steal. That one's going to be right to first base. Double play might be in effect. No. But runners will advance to a runner will advance to third, I should say. 2 outs now.
So it goes as a fielder's choice there, that ground ball to Braden Edwards. He makes the wise call to try and see if he can start a double play. Throws it on to Jameer Brown, who is covering second base. Play just developed too slowly to turn 2, and Tawney was able to beat out the back end of it.
So with that, runners on the corners once again. 2 outs. And Luke Buckner, the right fielder, fouls off the first pitch he faces from Gross. Again, I like the plan to not try and throw out the double play on that previous play. 1 out to go for Gross, who has to work with runners on first and third. And this one popped up to left center, and there's 3 different players going for it, and that's going to at least score 1 as it drops down between the 3, almost like a Bermuda Triangle. Runners on first and second now, and the first score of the day, that is Grant Berkeley coming in.
Bermuda Triangle is right. That just dropped in between 3 fielders, 2 outfielders, and the shortstop, Jameer Brown. All went out and tried to get there, but it was perfectly placed. A little dying quail dropped in there for a base hit, and Jet Gross is unable to get out of the inning unscathed, and Charleston strikes first.
The next player up, Trey Cox, the 2026 guy out of Hurricane High, the Redskins, who always have a good program. Trey Cox coming up for his first at-bat of the day, the left fielder. And a swing and a miss, and that will make the count 0-2. Charleston with the 1-0 lead off the RBI from Buckner. Gross pitches that one inside. Oh, and it's called a strike. So that will be a 3-strike strikeout for Jet Gross, his second of the day, and that will conclude the top of the second. But runners are left on. 2 runners are left on. No errors, 3 hits for Charleston now on the day, and they lead 1-0. So we'll step aside for break. You're listening to the 2025 West Virginia State American Legion Tournament on Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
Out here in West Virginia, beyond the screens and the city noise, there's a place you can shake off your worries and find space to reconnect to what matters. Follow your wanderlust to our waterfalls. Ride wild rivers to small towns full of history, or slow down and just breathe in beauty. Find your almost heaven at wvtourism.com.
You own a boat because you love spending time on the water. Choose the outboard that allows you to make the most of it. Honda Marine's legendary reliability, ease of maintenance, and powerful performance keep you going strong. And they're all backed by the peace of mind protection of the industry's best limited warranty. Visit your Honda Marine dealer today and find out why it's more than an engine. It's your time on the water.
Let's return to coverage of the 2025 American Legion State Baseball Championships on Metro News.
And we welcome you back to the 2025 American Legion West Virginia State Tournament at Dale Miller Field in Morgantown, as Evan Wilson takes the mound for the bottom of the second. He already has 2 strikeouts. I'm Jonathan Edwards, your play-by-play commentator, joined by Jack Carlson. He'll have more for you in a minute. as the first pitch of the bottom of the second is a strike down the middle going against Braden Oviedo. 0-1 count. Swing and a miss, a quick 0-2. Evan Wilson, we didn't give him his flowers before like we did with Gross, but he's had the same amount of production, but we'll talk about that in just a second after this pitch. This one swung on, and that's going to be the first out as it was hit to third, and a quick throw from third to first will collect the first out of the inning. Jack?
Absolutely, and for Wilson, you mentioned him settling in. How about this situation? The leadoff triple to start the game by Trace Huff, and then Liam Healy had that catcher's interference, not to start the game, start the bottom of the first inning, beg your pardon. First and third, nobody out. Couple of strikeouts and a ground out to get out of the inning unscathed.
As we go down to Cole Smith, who takes a ball on the first pitch from Wilson. Wilson deals again. This one chopped down the left field line and rolls foul. Evens the count out at 1. Ones are wild. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. It's Charleston holds the Charleston holds the 1-0 lead. Trying to hold on to that. Swing and a miss. 1-2 count against Cole Smith. Cole Smith, wearing number 3, will likely be in the catcher position. And that one high, and it evens it back out at 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Wilson trying to get a second out in this inning. That one fouled right into the netting back behind us, or in front of us, I should say, behind the players. Charleston with 3 hits on the day compared to Berkeley, who's up to bat right now with 1 hit. And this one hit into the gap on left center, and that will be a base hit for Cole Smith.
Nice work there by Smith to break up that little string of momentum that Wilson had built. He had sent down 4 consecutive batters prior to that base hit, and Smith gets a 1-out hit here. See if he can't get something going with Brett Pedersen coming up.
Brett Pedersen is our next at-bat, left fielder for Berkeley, the 18-8 squad. First pitch
left fielder Brett Pedersen
is a ball. Looked like it might have been a strike at first, but from our vantage point at least. Nonetheless, 1-0 is the count with 1 out and a runner on first. And a pickoff attempt at first. Runner is safe. Cole Smith hovering around first, being guarded by Gavin Barnett. A swing and a chopper rolling foul. As Wilson will readjust and try and get out of this. He's pitched 31 so far. His 32nd pitch will be this one. That one fouled right and over the net and out of sight. 2-2 is the count. 1-0 is your score. Here's the pitch. Hit back. Count remains 2-2. Jack, this has been a battle so far.
Absolutely, and for Pedersen trying to continue things going after that base hit for Smith, as Berkeley finds themselves down 1-0 here in the second inning, trying to find that equalizer.
And he keeps fouling to the same area for probably the 3rd pitch in a row now.
Yeah, Wilson has been engaged with some battles with Berkeley batters so far in this game. Braden Edwards had that prolonged at-bat in the first inning. He eventually struck out.
And a swing and a miss. And that will strike out Brett Pedersen.
I tell you what, Evan Wilson has been winning the war of wills so far, if you will.
Yeah, there's a good chance this game might end up being a pitcher's duel, as Evan Wilson collects his 3rd strikeout compared to Jet Gross's 2. But again, 1-0 your score. Next up to bat, Sam Hefner. After him, it will be the top of the lineup. It might have to wait until the third, but no guarantee of that. 1-0 the count, 2 outs against Hefner. Hefner swings and clips it just a bit. Dies right there. 1-1 is the count. And a pickoff attempt at first. Wilson tried to throw over to Barnett. That pitch is in for a strike. Gives the advantage in the count to Evan Wilson. 1-2. 2 outs. He's a strike away from getting out of this inning. That one fouled back. Slow return. We'll check the replay for those watching on TV. That one looks like it might have made some contact with the catcher and it rolled back. Couldn't tell from our vantage. So Evan Wilson ready to deal against the 9-hitter. This one popped up out and left and is caught for the third and final out. And that will conclude the second inning. 1-0 your score. Charleston ahead. And when we come back, it'll be Charleston up to bat. And the order will flip over. Luke Blades will be the next batter. 1-0 your score. You're listening to the 2025 West Virginia State American Legion Tournament on Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
Metro News is the voice of West Virginia. If your business has a need to reach potential customers in virtually any area within West Virginia, WVRC Media's Metro News platform provides a solution. Metro News covers every county in the state, with over 90 affiliates receiving all or some of our 7 daily and weekly programs. Metro News is a cost-efficient way to deliver your message to the entire state or to a specific geographic area. Metro News also offers your company access to over 1 million visitors per month to our website, wvmetronews.com, which is widely regarded as the state's top online information site. Our commitment is to covering the key issues in our state, from political news, local sports, outdoors, entertainment, to Main Street, West Virginia. Metro News is the trusted source for keeping West Virginians informed. To put the power of the voice of West Virginia, Metro News, to work for your business, simply click the Start a Conversation button below. We'll be back to you within 48 hours.
You're listening to coverage of the 2025 American Legion State Baseball Championships on Metro News.
And we welcome you back to the second game of a quadruple header today on day one of the American Legion West Virginia Baseball Tournament. These teams battling to make it out of this tournament and get a spot in a bigger tournament. Jack, you might know more about that.
Absolutely. The winner of this regional advances to the Mid-Atlantic Regional Tournament in Ridge, Maryland, starting on August 6th. And obviously, if you can make it through this weekend and be that champion, just a tremendous sense of accomplishment that comes along with that. This is a loaded field this year of 8 teams, and any one of these 8 teams can win it.
Again, double elimination. There is a loser's bracket. We'll break down the tournament later as Jet Gross gets back underway for his third inning of work. He has 2 strikeouts on the day. Again, 8-0 in his last season. And this one is going to be a base hit, a roller through right center. That's going to be a base hit for the top of the order. Luke Blades gets his first hit of the day. He's 1 for 2. Had that 4-3 put out in the first, leading off. But the third baseman makes it to first base. And that will be the first hit. And Jet Gross, again, this is kind of starting to play out like the first game. Maybe not as high flying, but the teams are figuring each other out right now. And it will break open. But showing bunt is Barrett Van Camp, who struck out. He was the first strikeout of the day for Jet Gross. The second baseman, Barrett Van Camp, I should say, faces a 1-0 count now against Gross. His team leads 1-0. Shows bunt again and collects another ball as it goes outside.
So 2 strikeouts so far for Jet Gross, and as you mentioned, he had that 1-2-3 first inning. Second inning, had to throw 20 pitches, and he ended up facing 6 batters.
Swing and a miss from Van Camp. Makes it 2-1. And he's still ahead in the count against the Berkeley ace. Runner on first. Charleston trying to collect its fifth hit of the day in the top of the third. With a runner on first, the pickoff attempt. A runner gets back safe. That is Blades on first. This one rocketed out to right center, and a play is made, and we'll keep the runner at bay at first. And the pop out from Van Camp brings up the pitcher, Evan Wilson.
Evan Wilson bounced out to first his first time. A chance to help his own cause as he's inserted in the lineup. Two-way player, and as he did at Marietta, he has a chance to hit for himself while out there on the mound.
So Gross trying to look for his third strikeout or an out of any kind. He's not as flaming hot as he came out. He faced the 1-2-3 inning in the top of the first. Teams have settled in since then. 1-0 the count against Evan Wilson in his second out bat. He did have that ground out earlier in the game in his first at bat. Here's the pitch. Right down the line for a strike, making it 1-1 with one out and a runner on first. 1-0 the score if you're listening on the radio. 1-0. Charleston is leading post 65, the quote-unquote visiting team. Bit of a breaking ball out to the right. 2-1 is the count. And this will be the 38th pitch when he comes up to it for Jet Gross. That pitch also in, and it's now 2-2, evens out the count. Charleston trying to build on its lead. Gross deals. And that one popped up to right center. Is someone going to get down there? And they will. That's going to be the second out. And, again, keep the runner at first.
Yeah, Liam Healy's earning his keep out there in right field. Back-to-back catches by him to retire Van Camp and Wilson. Now Jason Farrell looks to keep this inning going with a man on first and two away.
So Jason Farrell, the catcher, comes out. He came up earlier and was unsuccessful. He flew out. Gross steals, and this one hit into the gap, and that's going to be another base hit. And that will be the fifth hit for Charleston, and that will put a runner in scoring position, advancing Wilson to, Blades to second, and Farrell will stop at first.
Well, these 5 hits for Charleston have all come over the last 2 innings. After that 1-2-3 first inning, they went down in order. They're making Jet Gross work for every out here in the last 2 innings, so there's a lot to be said for the amount of stressful pitches he's had to deal the last couple of innings.
And Berkeley hits almost to the exact same spot. That's going to get down as well. And that's going to score one if he can get there in time, and he will. That will score Blades, and that will be an RBI single for Grant Berkeley.
Berkeley 2 for 2, just a little bloop shot. You said it perfectly, Jonathan, to the exact same spot as Jason Farrell's bloop hit just moments previously had gone. So Berkeley adds another run to the post-65 tally, and it's 2-0.
So doubles the advantage to 2-0 with 2 outs and runners on first and second still, as Gross looked back to second and the runner wasn't there, as that was Farrell on second. Here's the pitch, and another fly ball out to left, and the catch is made and ends the inning, but not before Charleston collects another run, and the score is 2-0. Berkeley will have some work to do, down 2-0 going to the bottom of the third. We'll be back, and you are listening to the 2025 West Virginia State American Legion Tournament on Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
Daniels of Morgantown has a wide selection of casual sportswear that's both stylish and comfortable. Styles for the golf course, the game, or weekends with the family. You'll find your right fit at Daniels of Morgantown.
Let's make a deal at Buchanan Toyota. 3.99% financing, up to 60 months on all new 2024 Toyota Tacomas, gas or hybrid. Buchanan Toyota, closer than you think.
We have close to 500 slabs on site from all across the globe. We bring the world's finest slabs to you. Preferred surfaces, your space, your style, your preferred choice.
Every brand has a story. At Sparks Media Agency, we help you tell it. Authentically, visually, and with heart. Sparks Media Agency. Story-driven content that connects.
Let's return to coverage of the 2025 American Legion State Baseball Championships on Metro News.
And we welcome you back to Dale Miller Field at Milan Park in Morgantown, West Virginia on a beautiful sunny day. I'm Jonathan Edwards, your play-by-play, joined by Jack Carlson, my color commentator. Charleston doubling its lead, making it 2-zip off, and now has 6 hits on the day. Jack, what's going right so far for Charleston?
Well, Charleston has been a lot more patient, and quite frankly, Jonathan, they've found the right spots in the field. They haven't really had the hardest hits, but sometimes you don't need the hardest hits to provide runs. They had a couple of bloop shots that ended up going in their favor in the top half of the inning to plate that run. And now don't look now, as you said, 6 hits for Charleston through 3 innings against a really good pitcher in Jet Gross. And then meanwhile, on the other side of the equation, the Charleston right-hander, Evan Wilson, has found a little bit of a groove, a couple of scoreless innings for him, and now he'll get to face the Berkeley post-14 order for the second time around. We'll see what the Hornets can do.
Yeah, back to the top of the order for Berkeley, who trails 2-zip despite being the home team and has a better record on the year, 18-8 for the Hornets. And Charleston's ace, Evan Wilson, with 3 strikeouts and goes back for another inning of work in the bottom of the 3rd. It's a strike to start out. Wilson deals again inside, almost hits the batter. We're back to Trace Huff, who had a leadoff for Berkeley, I should say, triple after some chaos in the outfield.
And we're certainly chaos. Trey Cox, I think he lost it in the sun initially, and then once he realized where the ball was, he kind of got swept up by the turf monster.
That he did. 1-2 is the count, no outs. At the top of the order, Trace Huff, the second baseman, wearing number 5 for Berkeley. Trailing 2-zip. 1-2 is the count against the post-14 team. This one grounded to third, and what might be an error if it doesn't get there in time, and it will be, a dropped play at third base for Luke Blades. Now that error will go against him.
Yeah, Luke Blades just maybe took his eye off the ball for a second as he tried to handle it. It cost him, and Huff is gift-wrapped. Another opportunity on the bases. Both times, arguably, should have been retired in this game.
He must have thrown some kind of fit.
So Liam Healy now reached on catcher's interference his first time.
Yeah, it was a bit of a shaky start for Charleston in terms of errors and catcher interference and whatnot. But the count evens back out at 1-1, and Charleston holds a 2-0 lead. Evan Wilson up to 47 pitches on the afternoon. The bunt attempt might be successful. Let's see, it's going to be out at first, but will advance the runner. And that will bring up Braden Edwards, who struck out.
Nice bunt there. Goes 5-3 in the book. Just a sacrifice for Healy. Advances Huff into scoring position with 1 out now.
So first out of the bottom of the 3rd. 1 out, and Evan Wilson goes back to work. He has 3 strikeouts on the afternoon. Only allowed 2 hits. They do have 1 error against them, 1 credited error. Braden Edwards struck out earlier in this game. This one popped left back behind us, over past the restrooms back behind us, and out of sight, out of the sight line.
Remember, Edwards had that lengthy battle before eventually relenting and striking out. It was foul ball after foul ball in his first at-bat, and one of 2 prolonged at-bats that Wilson has found himself in.
And he hits the half-century mark on the 50th pitch. 0-2 is the count with 1 out. And a runner in scoring position at second. You have Huff at second, to be exact, the leadoff man, who reached on an error and advanced off a 5-3 putout. This one chopped down the right field side, up by first base, and collected before going foul. Gavin Barnett was there to eliminate the damage if it did stay fair, but it did not. 2 outs to go still in this bottom of the third. Here comes the swing. Chop down the left side, and it sneaks past. That's going to advance the runner to third, and it's going to end up being a base hit. They decide not to throw, and it will be a bit of a roller between second and third, and it will be the 3rd hit of the day for Berkeley, and it'll put runners on the corners.
Good opportunity for the Hornets to score their first runs of the game. Trailing 2-0 with men on the corners, 1 out, and their cleanup man, Jameer Brown, stepping up.
And Jameer Brown, the cleanup, as you said, he did strike out on those back-to-back strikeouts that Wilson dealt earlier in this game. But he bats cleanup for a reason. That one in for a ball. And these pitch counts go up quickly, and they balloon quickly as there's a pickoff attempt. That is safe. But as I was saying, as Braden Edwards made his way back to first, these pitch counts can balloon really quickly in a tournament like this.
Absolutely. And by the way, that pickoff try was really close. May have caught Edwards leaning.
And that one hit right past Wilson, hits him, and could be a double play. It will get him. That's going to be a double play. What a fantastic play from 5-3. And that will conclude the bottom of the third. Still 2-0. Berkeley not able to get anything. Let's take a look at the replay. Goes past Wilson, and a pickup at second, thrown to first, and the out is collected. We'll step aside for a quick break, and when we come back, it'll be the top of the 4th. Charleston will have another chance to add to its lead. You're listening to the 2025 West Virginia State American Legion Tournament on Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
A world where memories fade, preserving them.
Inside all of us lies a potential to succeed. The definition of success differs for each of us. It's personal. One size doesn't fit all. At MVB, we believe in relationships supported by technology, product offerings, and industry knowledge. We believe in your imagination, your determination, and your grit. Our financial services keep pace with your ambition and empower your limitless potential. We say yes if, when other banks say no because. At our core, we power potential. We strive to unlock the potential in you, your family, your business, and your community. Your success is our success. You deserve more than a bank. You deserve a trusted partner on the financial frontier. MVB, powering your potential.
You're listening to coverage of the 2025 American Legion State Baseball Championships on Metro News.
And we welcome you back as Gage Tawney is up to bat for Charleston. First pitch of the inning is in for a strike as Jack Gross tries to get back to his former glory of that 1-2-3 top of the first, as he's allowed 6 hits and an error. That will make it a 1-1 count, even it out. If you're just joining us, I'm Jonathan Edwards, joined by Jack Carlson. A pleasure to be with you on a beautiful day here in Morgantown, West Virginia. That one ended up being a ball, went in the dirt, 2-1. He's got Tawny, who had a fielder's choice against him in his first at-bat, the center fielder, wearing number 35. That one in for a strike as it went right down the alley. That one high and to the right for a ball. Make it a full count. Count runs full. Three-two count, no outs against Tawny. And he struck out. Make that Gross's third strikeout. That was a bang-bang call behind the plate. Thought he was going to walk. He went to toss the bat. And instead, Tawny heading back to the dugout, which brings up Luke Buckner, who had a single in the first.
Yeah, that may have been a pitch that was outside, but credit to the home plate umpire. Started up the chainsaw very slowly and dramatically.
Yeah, he was going for some brownie points. Put that one on the highlight tape.
I tell you what, if nothing else, you have to have conviction. He certainly showed that.
Confidence. And this one popped up right near second and caught. And that will be the second out, a quick pop out for Luke Buckner. That one was caught by second baseman Trace Huff. And a quick 2 outs for Berkeley, and Charleston has 1 out to work with. Try and add to its lead. Post 65, 17-15 out of Charleston, West Virginia. We're down to the bottom of the order. Trey Cox, who had a strikeout. This one goes way left and foul. Almost had the home run distance, just went out over the left gate. That will even the count out 1-1. 52 pitches under the belt of Gross. Here's 53. 53 is in for a strike, 1-2.
Chance for a 1-2-3 inning for Gross. It would be his first such frame since the first.
And time is called halfway through the windup between Gross and Cox. Don't think Gross was a big fan of that. He hung his head a bit. Here comes the deal, and that one going to the second baseman is going to be thrown out at first. Doesn't make it there in time. And that will end the inning. A 1-2-3 inning at that. And with that, Charleston still holding on to a 2-0 lead through 3.5. We'll step aside for a quick break. You're listening to the 2025 West Virginia State American Legion Tournament on Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
Preferred Surfaces is a family-owned and operated business located in Morgantown, West Virginia. We proudly serve homeowners and businesses across the tri-state area, offering premium stone solutions rooted in craftsmanship and care. We have close to 500 slabs on site from all across the globe, with materials like granite, marble, quartz, quartzite, and others to choose from. We bring the world's finest slabs to you.
Getting hot at the right time. Charleston won their area tournament, the Area 3 champions, and then they've carried that momentum here into this first round matchup with Berkeley scoring the first 2 runs and credit to Evan Wilson out there on the mound as he prepares to go out for his 4th inning of work. 3 hits, no runs to this point. He's settled in quite nicely. On the other side of the equation for Berkeley, just have to continue to be patient. They've had their opportunities. When you go back to that 3rd inning, had it not been for that double play ball, they surely would have scored a run in the frame. So just stay consistent, keep your head down, and just pass the baton on from batter to batter, and runs will come.
Wilson back out. He has 3 strikeouts on the day and only allowed 3 hits against a really solid Berkeley team who was the Area 3 runner-up behind, it was a post 60 out of Berkeley, or excuse me, not Berkeley.
Eastern Panhandle.
Eastern Panhandle, yes. Got them confused because Berkeley, we have them right now. It was 18-8 on the season coming in tonight. 1-1 is the count, and the batter is number 9, the designated hitter, Wyatt McClintock, and he had a pop out earlier in this game as well. 1-1 the count. Here comes Wilson with the pitch. That one's going to get down on the right side of the field and going to be a base hit. Hit out to Luke Buckner, and it will get down for a base hit.
So how about this, Jonathan? In every single inning now, Berkeley has had a base runner.
Third baseman.
See if they can't get something going. When you go back to that 1st inning, they had runners on 1st and 3rd and nobody out, unable to score in that situation. They really need to get a run on the board here to establish themselves and some momentum.
As I agree completely, as Wilson deals a strike to start this count. A runner on 1st, and Braden Oviedo, the 3rd baseman, smacks that one down the 3rd baseline, gets past the 3rd baseman, and that's going to collect another base hit. Oviedo gets his 1st of the day, and the back-to-back base hits for Berkeley. With no outs, you have runners on 1st and 2nd. That one just squeaked by Blades.
Absolutely. Just a nice piece of hitting by Oviedo, and now the Hornets have set up shop. They're putting the plates down. They've got the cutlery down on the table. Now they're sitting down to feast with Cole Smith stepping up. He singled his 1st time.
Again, we saw this in the 10 o'clock game. Berkeley got behind 4-0 in the top of the 1st and came back. Now they eventually lost, but as that bunt attempt goes high and back behind the netting, as I was saying, it's a game of momentum, and it seems like Berkeley has spent the first 3.5 innings pretty much trying to figure this Charleston team out. It seems like back-to-back base hits might put you in business as we go back to an 0-1 count with no outs. Berkeley trying to do some damage finally. He's showing bunt, and he sticks to it. The infield comes in, specifically Barnett. That one goes foul as well, out to the left of the batter's circle.
Absolutely. And for Smith, trying to get that lead runner specifically over to 3rd, that old concept of when you have base runner on 2nd, nobody out, get him over, get him in. And so now with 2 strikes, he's got to play a little bit unselfish, play it a little unselfish at the plate, see if he can advance that runner, if nothing else.
Swing and a miss, and that will be another strikeout. Make it 4 for Evan Wilson as Cole Smith goes down swinging. He is now 1 for 2 on the day, which brings up Brett Pedersen, who also struck out against Wilson. He's going to try and find some better luck on this at-bat. As you see on the Metro News TV stream, a big swing and a miss. That one goes down as the first ball in this count with 1 out. Runners on 1st and 2nd for the Berkeley Post number 14 Hornets. Another pitch down to the left, goes left I should say, toward the batter. 2-0 the count. Still looking for the first strike of the at-bat is Wilson. He spies on 2nd, doesn't throw. That foul ball rocketed into the net, the protection net, back and to the right of him. And the pitch count up to 65 for Evan Wilson. And 66 is a strike.
If Wilson is able to get out of this jam as well, you should really call him maybe a tightrope artist. He's really walked the tightrope through 4 innings, just evading runs so far.
And he gets the swing and a miss for his 5th strikeout of the day. That'll be out number 2 in the bottom of the 4th. He's dealing when it matters most. He's given up 5 hits. He has runners on first and second right now, but he keeps dealing when it matters.
Yeah, it really feels like he unlocks a new gear whenever there's runners on base. He finds that next level, and he's really been tough to hit when there's runners on, and especially in scoring position.
He meets the bottom of the order, number 2, Sam Hefner, who popped out earlier in this contest, takes a strike. 0-1 is the count with 2 outs. Charleston holding on to a 2-0 lead. Berkeley threatening with runners on first and second. This one popped sky high into the Morgantown clouds, and it's going to go foul, but it's caught, and that ends the inning. A fantastic play over on the left side of the foul. Couldn't see who it was. Did you see, Jack?
So that was Luke Blades, third baseman.
Luke Blades, yes. So he made a fantastic effort to run out to the side and make the final catch to end the inning. 2-0 your score, leaving runners on first and second are Berkeley. We'll step aside for a quick break, and when we come back, there will be more action. You're listening to the 2025 West Virginia State American Legion Tournament on Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
Bank Wealth Enhancement Group is now Wealth Enhancement. We believe retirement starts with a plan. Saving for college starts with a plan. Your legacy starts with a plan. Do you have the right plan? Call our team at 304-443-4240 or email stike-info@wealthenhancement.com.
A lot goes into a perfect drive. Freedom Kia is driving the next generation forward. Freedom Kia, I-79, exit 153, University Town Center, Morgantown. Online at freedomkia.net.
Every brand has a story. At Sparks Media Agency, we help you tell it. Authentically, visually, and with heart. Sparks Media Agency. Story-driven content that connects.
You're listening to coverage of the 2025 American Legion State Baseball Championships on Metro News.
And we welcome you back. It is the bottom of the 4th inning at Dale Miller Field as Jet Gross throws his first pitch of the inning right above the helmet of the top of the order man, Luke Blades, who is 1 for 2 today. Had a single his last time up. And the count is 1-1 after he takes a strike. Gross deals. Down toward the plate, 2-1.
Luke Blades had that nice catch to end the top half of this inning. Now he's 1 for 2 on the day, a chance to get something going as Jet Gross has worked 3 shutout to this point.
And that one swings back, just checked off the bottom of the barrel, and evens the count out 2-2. No outs so far. Blades trying to pick up his second hit of the day as the top of the order man. Plays third base, making that catch we talked about right before we went to break. And this one chopped down the first base line and toward the dugout. The Charleston dugout, I should say. Or no, it's actually the Berkeley strikeout. I see the red tops and it confused me. This one chopped toward the shortstop, and the off-kilter throw is going to allow him to reach. Luke Blades reaches as it looked like a routine play and ended up biting Berkeley.
And goes as an error against Jameer Brown, the shortstop for Berkeley. Just threw it offline. He seemed to have all the time in the world, but his throw was not on time or on target. And Braden Edwards didn't even make an effort to try and catch it because he would have just been plowed over by Blades.
And that would have created an even bigger disaster. So it goes down as a reach-on error. And showing bunt is number 33, the second man, who is 0 for 2 today, Barrett Van Camp. He plays second base. Wearing number 33, and he has a man on first to work with. No outs, 1 ball, no strikes. And the infield comes in on the left side. That one trickles foul right near the first base line, about halfway down. So Jack Gross will return to the mound, who again has allowed 2 runs, 6 hits, and there's been 1 error against both teams. 1-1, count is even against the righty. Down the alley for a strike. 1-2. Gross trying to find his form again. He has 3 strikeouts on the day and well into the 60s on the pitch count, much like his counterpart Evan Wilson. They're in the bottom of the 4th, in the second of 4 games today. And this one popped up right to Braden Edwards, and if he makes the catch and it drops down, it ends up going foul. I thought it might have went back in fair, but again, another situation of 3 fielders, I should say, for Berkeley, trying to come in and make the play. It just rolls foul. Got lost in the sun maybe because Braden Edwards looked like he was right under it, and instead it just trickles foul once it hits the ground, leaving the count at 1-2 as Gross prepares to deal again. Count is evened out. Excuse me. That one eventually called a strikeout. Strikeout number 4 for Gross today. Excuse me. Seems to be a bit of confusion on the board. Yes, there goes the out. So strikeout number 4 for Evan Wilson. That was for Gross, but Wilson is up to bat. And a bit of a bang-bang situation there. And now runners are on first and second. And now it's showing 0 outs again.
Yeah, beg your pardon, folks. Sorry, it's not the bottom of the 4th inning. It's the top of the 5th inning.
Oh. How did we miss something?
So nobody out here as Van Camp just reached, correct?
Wilson's now on first.
Wilson just reached. So did Van Camp get out?
He's standing on second, I believe, unless...
Oh, no, it's Blades.
Blades is on... Okay.
So 1 out in the inning.
Okay. I knew there was 1 out in the inning. I knew I wasn't crazy. I'm not great at scoring, but I knew it just didn't just go away.
Sorry about that, folks. We're trying to just coordinate here in the press box. Said initially it was the bottom of the 4th inning, but it's the top of the 5th.
So that throws my book all out of order. So just to clarify, Jack, you want to break down where we stand right now?
So we're in the top of the 5th inning, 2-0 Charleston. They're at the bat with Wilson on first, Blades on second, and 1 out. And Jason Farrell batting.
So Van Camp did strike out, though.
Okay, so
I believe
reached on an error. It did Blades. Van Camp struck out, and then Wilson
with the single
base on the single.
Yes. Got it. Okay, so we're up to par now. You're in the top of the 5th. Thrown for all kinds of loops, but, that's part of the tournament life. But, again, a big thank you to the entire production crew for figuring this out, and we're back to normal. So
it's a team effort.
It is. It really is. Jet Gross strikes another one out, and that's his 5th of the day, and the 2nd out of this inning. So that was Jason Farrell. Okay, so Grant Berkeley coming back up. He has 2 singles on the day. He's been a real X factor so far in this lineup.
Yeah, that run-scoring hit in the 3rd was key.
In the lefty. Takes a strike on the opposite side. Paints the corner.
Well, we kind of figured this coming into the game. It would be a pitcher's duel, and so far it hasn't disappointed. Both pitchers have been stingy.
Well, that might have been the jinx as it gets into the gap in left center. And a run is going to score if he's not out. And he's out at third. The man is out at third.
So the run will score as he scored before the out was
That's right. That is
recorded there at third base. So 3-0 is the lead for post 65.
Okay, so he reached before the out at third, and that will add a run. The score is 3-0. and we will step aside for a quick break. You're listening to the 2025 West Virginia State American Legion Tournament on Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
Whether for work or a special occasion, Daniels of Morgantown has the suit, sport coat, tie, and shoes to make you look your best. And finding the right fit, color, and style is always easy and fast at Daniels of Morgantown.
This summer at Dan Calva Toyota World, we have trucks, and more trucks. With over 250 Toyota trucks here and on the way, we guarantee we have a truck for you. Come check out our 2025 hybrid Tacomas that offer 326 horsepower and 4.75% for 60 months. So come get your brand new Toyota truck today at Dan Calva Toyota World in Fairmont. Shop the world.
At Polka Valley, we offer a full suite of conventional, government, and West Virginia housing loan products, strong construction loans, and 100% financing to qualified applicants. Visit us online or call us today. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Let's return to coverage of the 2025 American Legion State Baseball Championships on Metro News.
And we welcome you back. It is the bottom of the fifth. If you're just joining us, welcome back. It is the West Virginia American Legion Baseball Tournament on Metro News, the voice of West Virginia, and it is between Charleston and Berkeley. Charleston, the lower seed, is up 3-0 and pitching a shutout so far despite giving up 5 hits to Berkeley. Trace Huff back to the top of the order for Berkeley. It's his third time up to bat. He has that leadoff triple, and he reached on an error his last time up. That pitch from Wilson to the left outside. 1-0 the count on the first pitch. Both pitchers into the 70s on the pitch count. That one's in for a strike, evens the count out 1-1 against the top of the order, Trace Huff, the second baseman. Here comes the next pitch. This one inside, down around the knees of the lefty batter. Berkeley trying to pick up its 19th win of the season, but has some work to do, has its work cut out for it. 2-2 on the count. 3-0 is the score in the bottom of the fifth. It's a bit of a chaotic one, Jack.
Absolutely.
That last inning, or the top of the fifth, I should say. This one chopped toward third base and rolls foul before Blades makes a catch to throw it back to the pitcher. But all that in vain. It is 2-2 after it being considered foul. Huff trying to reach for the third time today. This one outside, make the count full. No outs, as he is the leadoff man in the bottom of the fifth. Charleston scored 1 each in the second, third, and fifth innings. This one fouled up into the netting on the left side. Again, a big thank you to everyone involved in the broadcast who has held this one together, as it seems like the scoring got a little weird in the early innings, so we apologize if you heard that, but we're all good now, as that one's grounded foul, back behind to the left, back toward the backstop. And Jack will bring you in as soon as we get out of this at-bat that's been very fiery between these two. This one is going to get down for a base hit on the third base side. It's collected. It will be a base hit for the leadoff man, who is now reached all 3 times today. As Trey Cox had to just collect it and eliminate the damage. But Jack, what did you see on that at bat that you liked from the leadoff man?
Yeah, Trace Huff, as you said, has been on base all 3 times today, and the leadoff man in any inning has reached 4 out of 5 times for Berkeley, but yet they haven't scored in this game.
Again, they trail 3-0 against Charleston, post 65 out of the capital city. Berkeley, post number 14. Wilson with 5 strikeouts and has played this whole game, pitching a shutout. That one in for a strike. He's hit the 80 mark on his pitch count at Dale Miller Field on day 1 of the American Legion Tournament. Just the second of over a dozen games to be played. This beautiful facility. This one popped up to the left side, going foul over the dugout. Sky high. 1-2. No outs. Got a runner on first. Is the leadoff man Huff, but Healy up to bat, who reached on catcher interference his first time up and grounded out last time. So, bit of an up and down day. He has at least reached once, so that's a positive. But again, Berkeley, it's been close to making something happen, and it just goes out of their grasp. Charleston's been able to, contain well, as that one is lined to third. And the runner's going to be out at first for the first out, but the runner will advance. Huff advances to second. Healy out at first.
Yeah, as you mentioned, the base runners that Berkeley has had in this game, 2 base runners in the first, a base runner in the second, 2 base runners in the third, 2 base runners in the fourth, and then another base runner here in the 5th inning, but yet they have no runs to show for it. 6 hits on the board. Has to be incredibly frustrating for that Hornets dugout to have the opportunities that have been presented to them, but yet not get a run on the board. A huge opportunity for Braden Edwards to try and come through with a run-scoring hit with a man in scoring position and 1 out.
And that would eliminate the shutout bid going, and that will do it right on cue down the right side through right center. And actually, it may not. He'll stay at third. So Huff will stay at third, but it will be at least be a base hit for Braden Edwards. Collects his second base hit of the day. He's 2 for 3. With a strikeout and 2 singles.
Yeah, a very hesitant turn around third there by Trace Huff. Didn't look like he got a good jump off of that base hit. It was a slow roller into right field. It wasn't a hard hit by any stretch of the imagination, but Huff is unable to score on that. And you hope if you're Berkeley that doesn't cost you.
Yeah, I figured the way he was rounding, he took a hard round around third heading for home, and he just kind of backed up about a quarter of the way. So, again, the shutout bid still, I thought it was over. I thought the bid was toast, and instead there's 1 out and runners on the corners. Still a good situation for Berkeley, no less, as Jameer Brown, the cleanup hitter, comes up. He's 0 for 2 today. Be a timely occasion if he could find some contact that lands fair at this at-bat. 1-0 the count, as Wilson, with 5 strikeouts on the day, up to pitch 85 here, a swing and a miss. Evens the count out at 1-1 with 1 out. Ones are wild.
Well, Jameer Brown, his last time, bounced into a double play. That's not what he wants to do here. Put something on the ground in the infield. That's not what the Hornets are looking for in this situation.
As this pitch looked to be down the middle, but ends up rolling as a ball. 2-1, dropped low toward the end. And Jameer Brown looking for his first hit of the day, the shortstop from Martinsburg. And chops this one.
Yeah, just like it looked like it handcuffed Blades over there in the hot corner. It was a tough chopper, no doubt, but just couldn't handle it, and Huff comes in to score. The shutout is no more, and the game-tying run stands on first base in the form of Jameer Brown.
So he reached on the error, as that is the second error of the day for Charleston, and the shutout bid is invalid now, as Jameer Brown reached on an error. And now with 1 out, and runners on first and second, so 1 in scoring position. Right now you have a 1-0 count with 1 out. 3-1 your score. Charleston with 2 errors but 7 hits, and Berkeley also with 7 hits, only 1 error. So pretty even in the box score. So that one goes for a strike on the swing and miss for Wyatt McClintock, who had a single last time he was up. And Evan Wilson, after dealing through a majority of this, I mean, he's still having a solid outing, just not as precise as he was earlier, but such is the way of pitching. Now 90 pitches, 10 away from a century mark. Jack, how long do you think these pitchers go in this matchup?
Well, for Wilson, with what he's had to, use energy-wise in this inning, this might be it.
Fair enough, as that one's fouled backwards and out of sight, well over the batter's box, or excuse me, not the batter's box, the press box.
What's interesting for Wilson, though, he can get out of this inning with just one pitch, induce a ground ball, turn 2, and send your batters back to the bat racks. But at the same time, Berkeley has a golden opportunity, 2 men on, 1 out, try and come through with a crooked number on the scoreboard.
Absolutely. McClintock, again, the designated hitter for this Berkeley squad. He's batting in the 5 spot. This one, again, that netting's gotten a workout today. Taken plenty of foul. And the count evens back out at 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Runners on first and second. 3-1. Berkeley trying to claw back down 2 runs to Charleston. Swing and a miss. And that will sit down. That'll sit down number 6 today for Wilson. Looked like it might have been a drop third strike, but
so with a runner on first, no need to run.
Exactly.
You're automatically out.
Right. So that'll be a strikeout, number 6 for Evan Wilson, and this that now makes McClintock 1 of 3 on the day. As clouds start to rove over Dale Miller Field here in Morgantown. Probably the first bit of shade anyone's gotten today. It's been a hot one. And a runner's going to head to third. If Blades can make the catch in time, he won't at third. So a runner will advance. Runners now at second and third, 2 in scoring position. 1-0 is the count. Just got away, and it was a bit of an awkward play all around for the infield of Charleston.
Yeah, got away from the catcher Farrell, and he pounced on it quickly. It was going to be a close play at third, but Edwards was able to get there in time, and Farrell's throw to Blades was not on target. Lucky for Charleston, actually, that throw didn't sail into left field. That would have surely scored the second run for Berkeley had it done that.
So Braden Oviedo, wearing number 10 today, he's trying to knock in some runners and get this game back to either a tie game or a 1-run game if he can get something going. But he's ahead in the count, 2-0, 2 balls, no strikes, 2 outs and runners at second and third for Berkeley. This one down for a ball, a 3-0 count. 1 more ball will load the bases. We're starting to see what could be a few raindrops on the window. I can't tell. It felt like we got some in the window that's open, but as of now, we should be okay. And again, we're playing on turf, so if rain does come around, unless it's a monsoon or storms, knock on wood, if you got it around you, we'll do it right here. We'll still be playing, but we're good for now. So they'll now make the count full at 3-2. And Oviedo looking for his second hit of the day. He grounded out his first time up and got a base hit earlier. Full count, 2 outs. That'll load the bases. Ducks on the pond. He tosses the bat all the way over to the dugout.
Yeah, channeling a little bit of Jose Bautista there.
Yeah,
that
except it was just a walk.
The dugout.
And I'm surprised no one says anything about that. That was a bit excessive, but nonetheless, bases are loaded with 2 outs, and that will bring up Cole Smith, who has a hit today. He had a single his first time up, struck up last time. And walks have been at a minimum today, really. I think that was Wilson's first of the day. It was. So it took over 5 innings, but nonetheless, bases are loaded, and with 1 out to go, Wilson's got to try and get out of this game if he can. That would really solidify what has been a fantastic performance. Here's the number 100 pitch, and it's fouled back. He's hit the century mark.
Yeah, he has emptied the tank out there today, and regardless of how this inning ends, you'd have to imagine this would be it for Wilson. It's the amount of high leverage pitches that he's had to throw in this one. The Owens hit back up the middle.
This one is definitely going to score, At least one. Here comes the second runner, and he's going to get in, and that's going to be a tie ball game. Got runners at first and second, and now a tie game. 3 runs in the bottom of the 5th. We got a brand new ball game, Jack.
Absolutely, and talk about clutch 2-out hitting personified right there. Cole Smith shoots it right back up the middle with the bases loaded and 2 outs. Berkeley needed that hit, and just like that, a 2-run single makes it a brand new ball game. Meeting on the mound for Charleston, we'll have a pinch hitter.
Number 13, Michael Poulter.
Michael Poulter pinch hitting for the left fielder, Brett Pedersen.
So Pedersen will come out. He had 2 strikeouts on the day. Poulter, wearing number 13, he is, let's see if we can find him. Yep, there he is. 6'2", 180 out of Washington. The catcher / outfielder. He'll come in to bat with the pitching change incoming. Again, you still have runners on first and second. Still not out of the jam, but looks like we're going to keep.
Wilson staying in.
Wilson
there.
is staying in at 101 pitches. 2 outs, runners on first and second. He's allowed all 3 of his runs have come in this bottom of the 5th as this game has turned the tides, and we've seen this once today. Several times in that one game, actually. As here comes another pitch. I mean, you can't really blame Wilson. He's dealt like crazy up until this most recent inning, and still over the century mark now, and has shown great poise in his outing. Here comes the pitch down the alley. Nope, they're going to call it a ball.
Well, unfortunately for Wilson, he was able to play with fire in the first 4 innings and emerge unscathed, but eventually keep playing with fire, you're going to get burned, and he kept allowing base runners inning after inning, and it eventually caught up to him here in the 5th.
So that one in to even out the count at 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. So deuces are wild. 3-3 your score. Berkeley with 1 more hit, 8 compared to 7 out of Charleston. And that strikes him out and ends the inning. So Evan Wilson collects his 7th strikeout, but gives up 3 runs to end the 5th inning. We'll step aside for a quick break, and when we come back, we'll have more action. You're listening to the 2025 West Virginia State American Legion Tournament on Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
Historically, joint replacement surgery required an extended hospital stay of 3 to 5 days or more, but now with our improved techniques, it can be done as a same-day surgery. You get home sooner, you're more comfortable at home. I got into medicine to help people. Then with joint replacement surgery, I can see immediate results, eliminating a patient's joint pain and really changing their life. At W Medicine, we're able to get people back to living their lives.
Leading the efforts to build a stronger West Virginia, the High Technology Foundation has a proven plan to strengthen and diversify our state's economy. The I-79 Technology Park's high-capacity infrastructure continues to attract advanced federal operations that are driving economic growth. This keeps our young, educated residents in the state and brings West Virginians home. The High Technology Foundation, building a stronger West Virginia. Learn more today at WVHTF.org.
You're listening to coverage of the 2025 American Legion State Baseball Championships on Metro News.
We've got a tie ball game here at Dale Miller Field. Our second game of a very long weekend of American Legion baseball. I'm Jonathan Edwards, joined by Jack Carlson. We've got a doozy on our hands, a tie 3-3 game. It's been neck and neck the whole way. Jack, what do you see as we're heading back into action here in the top of the 6th?
Well, it's anybody's game, last 2 innings, and Charleston with an opportunity to retake the lead against Jet Gross. We'll see what they can do with Gavin Barnett leading off. He's 1 for 2 on the day. He singled in the 2nd, flied out in the 3rd inning. can they get some runs back after now getting it back to a tie game for the first time since 0-0?
Exactly. It's been neck and neck the whole way. Even despite having the lead, a 3-0 lead, it felt like it was never out of question that this would get to be a closer game, as that one's popped up high into the Morgantown afternoon sky, and the first out is made by number 12, Jameer Brown, playing shortstop. A bit of a sky, and Gavin Barnett now 1 for 3 on the day, as that brings up Gage Tawney.
On the other side of things for Charleston post 65, they're going to have to go to the bullpen in the bottom half of the 6th inning, as their ace, Evan Wilson, reached his pitch limit with 108, or 106 rather, over 5 innings.
And Jet Gross, again, not quite there. He's hit the 3/4 century mark. He's at 75 on the day. We got one warming up in the bullpen for Charleston, but in the meantime, we have a hit to the shortstop, and Jameer Brown will throw him out all the way over at first, throws to Edwards, and that is the second out of the inning as Tawney gets sat down.
So Luke Blades is the one loosening in the Charleston bullpen, the third baseman for post 65. He looks to be the new pitcher coming up in the bottom half of this inning. But first things first, Luke Buckner hitting with nobody on and 2 out.
So as Tawney grounded out, or excuse me, just got thrown out, brings up Luke Buckner, who has a hit today as well. This one cracked to the same exact spot to the shortstop. Jameer Brown throws to Edwards, and it is out at first to end the inning. A quick one at that. A 1-2-3 inning, and that will end the top of the 6th. We'll step aside for a quick break. It's still 3-3. You're listening to the 2025 West Virginia State American Legion Tournament on Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
And Toyota, your truck and SUV headquarters, with one signature paperless delivery. We're family owned and operated and celebrating 40 years. Winner of the Toyota President's Award 16 consecutive times, Buchanan Toyota. With Toyota certified technicians, convenient same-day or next-day appointments Monday through Saturday. Buchanan Toyota pays top dollar for your trade, even if you don't buy from us. For your new Toyota or pre-owned vehicle, Buchanan Toyota, closer than you think.
We have close to 500 slabs on site from all across the globe. We bring the world's finest slabs to you. Preferred surfaces, your space, your style, your preferred choice.
Game day is here. Show your Mountaineer spirit with the area's most complete selection of game day apparel, short sleeve knits, and so much more. You'll find your right fit at Daniels of Morgantown. Visit our store or shop online at danielsofmorgantown.com.
Let's return to coverage of the 2025 American Legion State Baseball Championships on Metro News.
And we welcome you back to Dale Miller Field here at Milan Park in Morgantown, West Virginia. We head to the bottom of the 6th, and Jack, you've got some information on Charleston's new pitcher, the former third baseman, Luke Blades.
Yeah, Luke Blades shifts from third base to the pitching mound. Product of Charleston Catholic High School, the Irish, and he takes over for Evan Wilson, who was really good, folks. 5 innings today, 8 hits, 3 runs, 1 walk, and 7 punch-outs, 106 pitches for Evan Wilson. He emptied the tank. He shifts over from the pitching mound to third base defensively, so a straight switch. Blades from third to pitch, and then Wilson from the pitching mound to third base. And for Blades, he'll have the opportunity to keep this game tied as Berkeley tries to take its first lead of the game.
Again, a fantastic game so far. It's been back and forth. Again, Charleston surrendered a 3-0 lead in the bottom of the 5th, but it's been back and forth ever since. Berkeley could just never get on or reach home. That was the thing. They left a lot of runners on base, and with that, they'll have another chance to try and add on to the production from the bottom of the 5th here in the bottom of the 6th, as we have a 3-3 game, and Blades will get ready to start his day as a pitcher after having a solid day at third base. Had a few flubs at times, but he also made some great catches out there, and also has reached base twice as a runner, but regardless, his first pitch is a ball. Second one also a ball. Looked like it might have curved in, but it did not. So last 3-3 with a 2-0 count in the bottom of the sixth. If you're just joining us, welcome. We've got a good one. A swing and a miss for his first strike of the day. And got Sam Hefner, who's batting the 9-hole so far, the center fielder, wearing number 2 for Berkeley. And that one rocketed out. That's going to be a base hit at least. Might make 2. No, it won't. He'll stay at first. And that one was hit out to left center. And that will be the first hit of the bottom of the inning.
Yeah, every single at-bat from here on out in this game is really important, Jonathan. You have this base hit, now with nobody out. Top of the order coming up, Trace Huff here in this situation. Berkeley with a good opportunity to take its first lead of the game, and on the other side for Charleston, you really have to stiffen up.
Absolutely, as the lineup turns over and a bit of a wild pitch, well, not even a little bit, it was a lot of bit. That one thrown way over the backstop, or way back to the backstop, I should say, over the catcher, over his left shoulder.
Yeah, that was just one. Maybe Blades couldn't find his proper plant location on the mound, and as a result, he released it a little bit too early. As the late, great Bob Uecker would say, that was just a little bit outside.
Just a little bit. Yeah, so 1 ball, no strikes, no outs, and a runner on second as he advanced on the wild pitch.
How great is this, Jonathan? Going into the bottom of the 6th inning here, tie game.
And a bunt attempt will advance a runner and get the man out at first. So the sacrifice bunt.
Little small ball for you, and that shows how important every single run in this game, particularly for the Hornets, who had struggled to score through the first 4 innings. They could not come through with that run-scoring hit, scored 3 in the 5th, and now with a chance, runner on third base with 1 out, the old get him over, get him in. He was on second with nobody out, got him over now with 1 out. Can they get him in?
With all that being said, with 1 out and a man on third, you bring up Liam Healy. He's having a bit of a rough day as he takes a strike. He's grounded out he reached his first time up thanks to catcher interference, and he's grounded out the last 2 times he's been up. So he's reached once. Still looking for his first official hit of the day. Tries to bunt, goes past the left side, rolls down the third base line and over to the left. So 0-2 is the count. Blades looking for his first strikeout of the day if he can, but he'll take any form imaginable of an out.
That was interesting that Healy was bunting there, maybe some squeeze action trying to bunt in the run. But now with 2 strikes, you would have to imagine he'll be swinging away.
And Berkeley trying to take its first lead of the day if it can. And if that gets down, which it might, and it will, that's going to score from third. And that'll be another base hit, his first of the day for Liam Healy. And Huff will score from third. And for the first time today, the Berkeley Hornets are leading against Charleston 4-3.
They came all the way back, staying the course. We talked about that a little bit when they were trailing and they couldn't get those runs across. Just keep passing the baton on to the next hitter, and it has really paid dividends for them here in the last 2 innings, taking their first lead, as you said.
The bats have gotten hot as they have out-hit Charleston 10-7. That pitch is inside to Braden Edwards. Luke Blades still has 1 out recorded since he came in relief. Hasn't got a punch out yet, but 1-0 is the count. A runner on first. This one lost in the sky. Skied out to center and going a bit left. And that will keep the runner at bay at first. And an out is made for the second out off the pop out.
Shortstop Jameer Brown.
Jameer Brown batting cleanup. He's reached once today off an error, and that was the last time he was up. So he's gained some momentum. It started with a strikeout, then it started out with a 4-3 put out, and now he reached on an error his last time up. Jameer Brown, the cleanup hitter, seeing if he can reach a different way this time with a runner on first and 2 outs. They have the lead now over Charleston, 4-3. That pitch outside to the right, ball 1.
Looking ahead to the Charleston half of the 7th inning as they find themselves down 4-3. 9-1 and 2 due up in that frame. Trey Cox, Luke Blades, and Barrett Van Camp.
So we've got a doozy, folks, as that one's chopped down the third base side. The throw to second is made in time, and that will end the bottom of the 6th. So with that, we'll step aside for a break, and Charleston's going to have one last chance to try and score and extend this game. 4-3 is your score. Berkeley leading Charleston, taking the lead. We'll step aside for a quick break. You're listening to the 2025 West Virginia State American Legion Tournament on Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
And Toyota, your truck and SUV headquarters, with one signature paperless delivery. We're family owned and operated and celebrating 40 years. Winner of the Toyota President's Award 16 consecutive times. Buchanan Toyota, with Toyota certified technicians. Convenient same day or next day appointments Monday through Saturday. Buchanan Toyota pays top dollar for your trade, even if you don't buy from us. For your new Toyota or pre-owned vehicle, Buchanan Toyota, closer than you think.
We have close to 500 slabs on site from all across the globe. We bring the world's finest slabs to you. Preferred surfaces, your space, your style, your preferred choice.
Game Day is here. Show your Mountaineer spirit with the area's most complete selection of game day apparel, short sleeve knits, and so much more. You'll find your right fit at Daniels of Morgantown. Visit our store or shop online at danielsofmorgantown.com.
You're listening to coverage of the 2025 American Legion State Baseball Championships on Metro News.
Pitch hitting for Charleston and leading off the 7th inning, number 13, Ryan Anderson.
And we welcome you back for the top of the 7th. It's Charleston's last chance after squandering a 3-0 lead, now trailing 4-3. It's the top of the 7th, and we have a new pitcher, Ryan Anderson, number 13. Oh, no, we don't.
Pinch hitter.
Pinch hitter, I'm sorry. Correct. So Jet Gross is looking to go the distance if he can, but Ryan Anderson stepping in.
Anderson pinch hitting for Trey Cox in the 9th spot in the order, with Luke Blades standing on deck representing the top of the Charleston order.
So this one lost in the sky as well, and going out to the right side, and the catch is made for out number 1 in the top of the 7th. Berkeley 2 outs away from advancing, and once we wrap up today, I'll have Jack go over the tournament update. We'll update you and reset the bracket with 2 games in, and stick around because we have a 4 o'clock game and a it's looking like 7:40 game now, where it's opening night. So stick around. We still have 2 more games in this quadruple header on day 1 of 5. The American Legion tournament at Milan Park. That one in for a strike. But Jet Gross looking to go the distance. He has 5 strikeouts on the day. His pitch count past 80 now.
He's really been good, Jonathan.
Yes,
today.
he has. Yes, he has. And this one rocketed out to right center. He's going to have to run for it, and that one gets down. Is it fair? It is fair.
One hops the wall, a ground rule double.
It is. Got lost from our vantage point, at least it got lost. And that will be a double, a ground rule double. And that was that Blades?
Yeah, Blades.
It was Blades.
And just like that, the game-tying run stands out there on second base for post 65. They're not going down without a fight.
Absolutely is. They're back in the top of the back to the top of the order with 1 out, and now Blades with the double, his 3rd time reaching, and his 2nd hit of the day. That's in for a strike. 0-1. Jet Gross, now, mind you, we hyped him up coming in the game, and they still have a lead. He was shaky at times. He's allowed 8 hits and 3 runs, but he's gone the distance and kept his pitch count a lot lower because Wilson went all the way up to 106. So I think the longevity and being able to keep the pitch count down is starting to, paying dividends now. Here's the throw to second. Blades is safe as he had a major lead off and ended up retreating back, smartly so, and got in time. So Charleston trying to do anything to stay in this game as that ball is in for a ball, I should say. And Barrett Van Camp trying to do some damage with a man on second in scoring position. That one will get through the gap between second and third, and that will advance the runner to third. Blades will stand post at third, and with one out, you have runners on the corners.
Yeah, so a conservative base running decision there by Charleston to hold the runner at third, not send him. It would have been a close play, but Blades was held up at third, and so instead of trying to score on that play, they'll keep that game-tying run 90 feet away on third, and now the go-ahead run for Charleston post 65 is on the base paths over there at first base in the form of Barrett Van Camp.
So with that, whether you're listening on the radio or tuning in through the Metro News app or however you're catching this game or if you're at the ballpark, we've had a doozy. It's been an absolute pleasure, and it'll be fun to break down when this game concludes. So now 1-0, the count. Outside with runners on the corners. And again, you have
Blades is on third and Van Camp on first.
And you have Evan Wilson, who maxed out his pitching, trying to do some damage elsewhere. This one skied towards center field.
Should be deep enough.
Should be can of corn, but it's going to score a runner, and now we have a tie game, and that was just what the doctor ordered with the fly out from Evan Wilson, and that scores, and the game is tied, and we're back to square one.
Goes as a sacrifice fly in the book. Brand new game, 4-4. Evan Wilson helps out his own cause, takes himself off the hook, and it's 4-4. Jason Farrell has a chance now with the go-ahead run on first and 2 outs to try and give Post the lead.
It's 2 outs. Jet Gross has to try and get out of this and keep it at 4-4. The only runner is at first. You have Jason Farrell, who has a hit today. He's popped out and struck out. He also, his second at bat, featured a base hit. And who you really don't want to see is Grant Berkeley, who's 3 for 3 with 3 base hits, 3 singles.
Berkeley looms on deck.
So, with a lead in the count, Gross is going to try and finish his day up by striking out Farrell and avoid having to face the ever-hot Grant Berkeley. This one hit to center field yet again. This one won't drop down. It will be the 3rd out, so they won't have to face Berkeley. But, with that being said, it's a tie ball game now with 1 run scored. 4-4 is the score, and we will go to the bottom of the 7th. Winner take all in this second matchup of the afternoon. You're listening to the 2025 West Virginia State American Legion Tournament on Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
Metro News is the voice of West Virginia. If your business has a need to reach potential customers in virtually any area within West Virginia, WVRC Media's Metro News platform provides a solution. Metro News covers every county in the state, with over 90 affiliates receiving all or some of our 7 daily and weekly programs. Metro News is a cost-efficient way to deliver your message to the entire state or to a specific geographic area. Metro News also offers your company access to over 1 million visitors per month to our website, wvmetronews.com, which is widely regarded as the state's top online information site. Our commitment is to covering the key issues in our state, from political news, local sports, outdoors, entertainment, to Main Street, West Virginia. Metro News is the trusted source for keeping West Virginians informed. To put the power of the voice of West Virginia, Metro News, to work for your business, simply click the Start a Conversation button below. We'll be back to you within 48 hours.
You're listening to coverage of the 2025 American Legion State Baseball Championships on Metro News.
And we welcome you back. It is the bottom of the 7th. We can see a walk-off maybe. It's tied at 4-4 for a spot in the second round winners bracket at least. If you're just joining us, I'm Jonathan Edwards, your play-by-play commentator. Pleasure to be with you. I'm joined by Jack Carlson, who's been absolutely awesome. He did great in play-by-play earlier today and caller for me so far this afternoon. Jack, we've had quite the game. Well, both games.
Asked for a better first two games to start this tournament, this first day. Back and forth seesaw affair in the first one. Offense was all over the place in that one. And then here, even though we've had our fair share of hits in this second game, the pitchers have really dug deep and shown some incredible poise out there in some really challenging situations.
Absolutely, and this went back and forth. So Charleston, just to give you a scoring recap, scored 1 run each in the the second, the third, and the fifth, before giving up 3 runs in the bottom of the fifth to Berkeley. And Berkeley scored again to go up 4-3 in the bottom of the sixth. But Charleston returned it and forced the bottom of the seventh by scoring its 4th run to tie the game at 4-4, going into the bottom of the seventh. And a walk-off could end it here. If not, we'll be going to extras. Again, 10 hits for Berkeley, 9 hits for Charleston, 2 errors for Charleston, and 1 for Berkeley. So it's been neck and neck the whole way. And we've had quite the baseball game here at Milan Park, Dale Miller Field in Morgantown, West Virginia. This one fouled deep left and goes past the dugout on the third base side. A fan goes and finds it.
So Wyatt McClintock, Braden Oviedo, and Cole Smith, the 3 due up for Berkeley in this inning. Facing off against Blades.
McClintock, the designated hitter today. And he has a single today. He's 1 of 3. That goes outside. 1-1. Count is even, no outs in the bottom of the seventh. This one curves back in, a nasty curve. It took a long way back around for the second strike. That was a beautiful pitch.
Yeah, beautiful pitch. And waiting on it all day was McClintock. It just arrived and buckled his knees.
And Charleston, the Area 4 champs, going against the Area 3 runner-up. This one deep left. And the catch is made for out number 1. Good play out in left field to get the first out. Berkeley still has 2 more chances, 2 more outs to work with to try and take a lead and end this game so it doesn't go to extras. But all will be unfolded here in the bottom of the 7th on Metro News. Comes the pitch from Blades inside. It's ended up coming back in for a strike. 0-1 is the count. Thought that was a bit inside.
Nice breaking ball there by Blades.
And similar pitch, this one caught over by third and thrown to first for the second out. 2 quick outs. Thought it might have bobbled past him, but nonetheless, fantastic play.
Yeah, Evan Wilson over there in the hot corner went down onto his hands and knees, made the play, and great throw across the diamond. A couple of quick outs here in the bottom of the 7th.
And not to mention Evan Wilson, that is not his normal position, at least today. After throwing 106 pitches, that one through the gap to the right of second base. That'll be a base hit for Cole Smith, his 3rd of the day.
Yeah, he smoked that one. 3 for 4 day for Cole Smith. And a chance here. The game-winning run on the base paths for Berkeley. Chance to walk this off and advance to the winner's bracket second round game.
And Pedersen back in the lineup. His spot the last time through the rotation was taken.
This is Poulter.
You're right. This is Poulter.
Very close, 14 and 13. This is 13. Michael Poulter pinch hit his last time.
That's right.
Struck out looking.
That's right. And the pickoff attempt unsuccessful. I'll get these pitch hitters together someday. But nonetheless, we have Michael Poulter trying to come up big. This is his first at-bat today. With a runner on first, 2 outs. Chance to walk it off. And Blades just trying to limit the damage and get his team and force an 8th inning. He waits. He deals. Swing and a miss.
Well, I don't think we had to guess what Poulter was thinking about on that swing. That
No,
was a king-sized cut. He was going for those trees
Yep.
beyond left field.
That was
wall,
a slug, for sure. Count is even at 1-1. 2 outs, a runner on first. Pitch is outside to the right. 2-1.
So now with Poulter, the left fielder, at the plate, and a man on first, 2 outs. 4-4 score in the bottom of the 7th inning. Berkeley at the bat.
And the Hornets trying to take a win after battling back in this one. It's a bit of a meatball, but it goes in for a strike. It just kind of hovered in the air before it got to the plate. Deuces are wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. A runner on first. Here goes Poulter. And that one swings by, and an error. Possibly just a flub play by Evan Wilson. And that will allow for a runner to advance and a runner on first.
We were that close to going into extra innings, Jonathan, but Wilson unable to secure the ball in his glove. He booted it away. The inning continues, and the game-winning run is on second base.
Yeah, it was a botched play from the beginning. He bobbled it, and then when he went to throw it, it just kind of rolled out of his hand, which can't blame him. His arm must be a noodle at this point after the day he's had.
Well, Sam Hefner, a chance to be the hero for the Hornets.
Yeah, he's 1 of 3 on the day, and he did have that base hit.
Nice breaking ball again from Blades, showing it right away to establish strike 1.
And Blades coming in relief of Evan Wilson. His pitch count up to 26. Bottom of the 7th. This one chopped down the third base line. Evan Wilson redeems himself by collecting the 3rd out. And that will send us to extras. So with that, 4-4 is the score between Charleston and Berkeley. We'll step aside for a quick break, and we'll have free baseball after this. You're listening to the 2025 West Virginia State American Legion Tournament on Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
Inside all of us lies a potential to succeed. The definition of success differs for each of us. It's personal. One size doesn't fit all. At MVB, we believe in relationships supported by technology, product offerings, and industry knowledge. We believe in your imagination, your determination, and your grit. Our financial services keep pace with your ambition and empower your limitless potential. We say yes if, when other banks say no because. At our core, we power potential. We strive to unlock the potential in you, your family, your business, and your community. Your success is our success. You deserve more than a bank. You deserve a trusted partner on the financial frontier. MVB, powering your potential.
Let's return to coverage of the 2025 American Legion State Baseball Championships on Metro News.
It's free baseball time here at Dale Miller Field. We're heading to the top of the 8th, and Jet Gross is out there. He's pitched the complete game so far for Berkeley. If you're just joining us, I'm Jonathan Edwards, joined by Jack Carlson, in what has been a fantastic game that the rest of the tournament's going to have to try and live up to. We had a great first game, but this second game has proved to be what I would argue is even better. 4-4 your score going into extras. Jack, what are your thoughts so far as we go into the 8th?
Yeah, it's fitting that this game would go into extra innings, right? Because these two teams have been so evenly matched throughout, ever since that first inning. Just a little bit of runs here and there, a few runs here and there, but neither team getting much separation. The biggest lead of the game was 3-0. Charleston led after 4.5 innings by that margin, then immediately surrendered that lead, made it 3-3. Berkeley had that rally in the bottom half of the inning. Just a tremendous game, as you said, and the rest of the tournament's going to have a lot to live up to.
The first pitch of the extras goes in for
Charleston
against
Berkeley.
excuse me.
So Berkeley's up there for Charleston.
Yeah, so he is 3 for 3 on the day. He's been an absolute wrecker for Charleston today. Trying to collect his 4th hit. It's perfect so far on the day. And this one down in the dirt. And again, Jet Gross going out to try and finish a complete game. He has 5 strikeouts on the day. His pitch count at 95. This one swung back into the netting. Getting top of the 8th. Even count, 2-2. No outs. Still the leadoff hitter of the inning.
Something to monitor as well. The pitch count for Gross.
Yep, and that one high up and to the left side for out number 1. But yes, I agree. The pitch count is nearing its end as Evan Wilson maxed out at 106, and that makes 97 for Jet Gross. So someone's going to have to warm up quick because his time is limited unless he can get out in a 1-2-3 situation.
He had a very quick 6th inning, did Gross. 1-2-3. He sent down post 65 in order. He's going to need something similar to that, as he has about 8 pitches to work with to get these final 2 outs of the 8th.
Here comes a chopper right back to him. And that's just what you need, a 1-pitch at bat.
That'll work.
As Gross catches the grounder and throws it to first for out number 2.
1 pitch, 1 out right after I said that. Yeah, that's getting it done. So just 1 more out to get. Gage Tawney stepping up as Gross tries to send his team back to the bat racks with another chance to walk it off.
Again, Tawney, not the best day at the plate. He got a fielder's choice, a strikeout, and a ground out. And this one flown out to the right side. And a diving catch. Is it made? It is. Wow, what a catch to end the top of the 8th inning. That could be on SportsCenter if it wanted to be. A diving catch. We'll take a look at the replay if you're watching on TV in just a second. Let's take a look at it. Just a absolute missile of a fly ball out to right, and a diving catch by the right fielder.
Liam Healy with a tremendous catch.
Absolutely fantastic. So we'll take a quick break, and when we come back, it'll be the bottom of the 8th, and Berkeley will have a chance to finish it off. You're listening to the 2025 West Virginia State American Legion Tournament on Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
This summer at Dan Calva Toyota World, we have trucks, and more trucks. With over 250 Toyota trucks here and on the way, we guarantee we have a truck for you. Come check out our 2025 hybrid Tacomas that offer 326 horsepower and 4.75% for 60 months. So come get your brand new Toyota truck today at Dan Calva Toyota World in Fairmont. Shop the world.
I'm Sean Kovich, Mountaineer Golf Coach. When disaster strikes your home, business, or golf game, call the restoration company the Mountaineers call. Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration.
Calm.
You're listening to coverage of the 2025 American Legion State Baseball Championships on Metro News.
And we welcome you back. It is the bottom of the 8th. More free baseball tied at 4 between Charleston, post 65, and Berkeley, post number 14 in the American Legion Baseball Tournament here at Dale Miller Field, Milan Park, Morgantown, West Virginia. If you're just joining us, I'm Jonathan Edwards, joined by Jack Carlson. We've had quite the game. And just a quick recap. Tied at 4 going into the bottom of the 8th. It's sudden death now if Berkeley can score. And they're also at the top of the lineup with Trace Huff, who has reached 3 times a triple, reached on an error, a single. He grounded out his last time up, but a productive day. Jack, this is exactly where you want to be in the lineup. I mean, can you ask for anything better?
Absolutely. Huff, Healy, and Edwards, chance to walk this one off and advance to the winner's bracket. That one's another strike. It's 0-2. But for Luke Blades, now going into another inning of relief, wonder if he might be tiring out there.
As that one swung back. Not obviously Charleston not getting the complete game out of its pitcher, but that was due to necessity. Evan Wilson maxed out at 106 pitches, 7 strikeouts. Luke Blades has come in relief and done a fine job. Pitches outside. Ball 1, 1-2 count, no outs, top of the order. Trace Huff looking to reach for the 4th time today and collect his 3rd hit if he can in the process. Trace Huff, the second baseman. Huff cracks this one to the shortstop and thrown out in time. That'll be out number 1 in the bottom of the 8th. And that'll bring up Liam Healy, who had a base hit his last time up. He's come up clutch today.
Absolutely, and what about that catch by Healy in right field to end the top half of this inning, going up to that line and laying his body on the line to make that grab. Just a tremendous catch by the right fielder for Charleston, or for Berkeley, beg your pardon.
This one chopped between 2nd and 3rd. The shortstop grounds it, and
catcher's interference.
Oh, the 2nd time today.
Second time today that Healy has reached on catcher's interference.
Yeah, that is true. Wow. That's odd.
What are the odds of that?
Yeah, that's strange. But you take bases however you can, especially in a game like this. And with 1 out, catcher's interference sends Healy to 1st.
Now and the game-winning run's aboard.
Absolutely. Braden Edwards coming up, and he has 2 hits on the day. He's 2 for 4. He struck out his first time up, back-to-back base hits, and a pop-out. That brings him up for the 5th time today. Braden Edwards wearing number 17. He's held first base down all day. Had a solid day both fielding and hitting. And that one right down the alley for strike 1. Again, 1 out. Runner on first for Berkeley. The Hornets, post 14, the Area 3 runner-up. Facing Charleston, post 65, and the Area 4 champs. This one could be a double play if it gets there in time, and it does. What a fantastic double play, and, well, we'll go to the 9th. Wow. So, a fantastic ending to the first extra inning, and we'll have even more free baseball. But we'll be right back. You're listening to the 2025 West Virginia State American Legion Tournament on Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
Greer Industries. Out here in West Virginia, beyond the screens and the city noise, there's a place you can shake off your worries and find space to reconnect to what matters. Follow your wanderlust to our waterfalls. Ride wild rivers to small towns full of history, or slow down and just breathe in beauty. Find your almost heaven at wvtourism.com.
You own a boat because you love spending time on the water. Choose the outboard that allows you to make the most of it. Honda Marine's legendary reliability, ease of maintenance, and powerful performance keep you going strong. And they're all backed by the peace of mind protection of the industry's best limited warranty. Visit your Honda Marine dealer today and find out why it's more than an engine. It's your time on the water.
Let's return to coverage of the 2025 American Legion State Baseball Championships on Metro News.
And we welcome you back. It is the top of the 9th now. We're in extra innings for this fantastic start to the American Legion State Tournament. Brought to you by Metro News. I'm Jonathan Edwards, joined by Jack Carlson, and look who's still on the mound with a few pitches to spare. He's got 98 to his name, and he's under 10 for maxing out. Jet Gross, look, he has 5 strikeouts on the day, trying to close this out in short order. The frame job unsuccessful. That'll be a 1-0 count. Leading off is Buckner in the 9-hole, or excuse me, in the 8-hole. He has a base hit today.
He singled in a run in the 2nd inning. He's also popped out and grounded out. 8, 9, and 1 due up in this post-65 order. That One fouled away. Buckner, Anderson, and Blades due up for post 65, trying to get to Jet Gross and retake a lead here in extras.
Again, at times it's been a fast-paced game, and other times it's been slow like this, and we're getting extra of it, and I'm not mad about it. That one split between the infielders, and that's going to be a base hit collected by the center fielder on a roller, and the base hit was collected, by Hefner out in center field. The base hit from Buckner, his second of the day, brings up. We're going to have
So Ryan Anderson pinch hit for Trey Cox his last time, and Ryan Anderson flied out to center in that 7th inning.
So it looks like Cox is done for the day. And Anderson will have his second at bat. He's 0 for 1. He takes time and works his way back into the batter's box. Again, no outs, a runner on first. And this one smacked into the gap on the right side, and that's going to get down for another base hit. And he's rounding second, and it's going to be a double. And he's running for home. He's going to try and get home. If it's there in time, it's going to be right at the plate, and he's out! He is out. Buckner is out. He tried a little too hard and bit off more than he could chew, and a bang-bang play at the plate. Fantastic.
What a play there defensively by Berkeley. Defensively, the transfer on the relay man, an on-time, on-target throw there by Trace off all the way to the plate. Cole Smith applies the tag. As we see it on a replay for Metro News Television. Just a tremendous defensive play by Berkeley. And it goes to show you never give up on a play, as it was out to deep right center field. The center fielder, Sam Hefner, nice throw to the cutoff man, and Trace Huff threw it quickly on to home for that out. And it keeps this game tied. Wow, what a play.
That might be the play of the day so far. Other than that, it would be that diving catch we saw earlier. But we're back to the top of the order, and Luke Blades trying to reach for the 4th time. And a bit of miscommunication leads the ball rolling to center field. Regardless, runner stays at second.
Yeah, pickoff try that didn't go according to plan. Yeah, very fortunate that post 65 didn't get an extra 90 out of it.
What a fantastic game this has been, as that ball is in for a strike. 0-1 is the count with 1 out and a runner on second. And the leadoff man trying to reach yet again. But again, can't stress how great this game has been. As the pitch count up to 104, here's 105, and he's got one left in him.
So Luke Blades been on base 3 times. A chance. The go-ahead run is out there on second base once again.
Jet Gross is going to try and end his day with a strikeout. Can he get number 6? No, this one's going to be a chopper. He tried to get it backwards, but no. Here comes the throw, and decides not to throw it. And that will advance the runners. That's going to be a base hit.
And that'll be it for Jet Gross. Looks like he's matched his pitch limit at 106. And what a tremendous outing. 8 1/3 innings for the left-hander. Couldn't have asked for more out of him today. He really battled.
Yeah, I was going to say, tip of the cap if you got one on. Both starting pitchers went to the max, 106. Jet Gross with 5 strikeouts, Evan Wilson with 7. And both of these guys just put on an absolute clinic.
So new pitcher for Berkeley coming in this situation, with men on the corners and 1 out, top of the 9th inning. Looks like it will be Wyatt McClintock coming in from his designated hitter position to pitch.
Again, McClintock's already had some work in the batter's box, and now he'll face against it on the pitcher's mound. McClintock already a single in his time in the batter's box, but now has some work to do to try and close this out. Close this top of the 9th out, I should say.
Number 9, Wyatt McClintock.
So McClintock, DH, now in as the pitcher. Graduate of Musselman High School. He just finished up his freshman year at West Liberty University with the Hilltoppers, Division II school in the Mountain East Conference. He had a tremendous batting average in high school at Musselman, .335 average with 95 career hits in his time with Musselman, 68 RBIs. And now being looked to try and hold this down, get 2 outs without surrendering a run. Easier said than done, and it isn't easy said here in this situation with men on the corners and 1 out. A golden opportunity for Charleston to take this lead and potentially get into that winner's bracket.
Yeah, this game it's been quite the doozy, and again, got to take that lead and get that insurance run so you don't have to keep going back and forth or pose the threat of losing on a walk-off. So Charleston, with a man on third and 2 outs to work with, expect maybe a sacrifice coming up.
For Barrett Van Camp, just trying to put something in play here. The worst thing you can do is strike out in this situation with 1 out. On the other side of the equation for the Hornets, the strikeout is exactly what they're hoping to see.
So a fresh at-bat now for Van Camp, and that one goes foul and out of play. Excuse me. Again, Van Camp started out 0 for 3, but his last time up got a base hit, and man, would that be timely right now if you're following for Charleston. Post 65. 0-1's the count with 1 out, runners on the corners, and he's hit by the pitch. That'll load the bases. The last thing you want to see. So Van Camp, after taking 1 on the noggin and the shoulder in the process, loads the bases with 1 out. And now that brings up Evan Wilson. Well, no, it doesn't. I'm sorry.
Evan Wilson is the batter. Yep.
Evan Wilson. I heard Healy, but getting names mixed up here. But so
this is danger zone time. If you're Berkeley post 14, you absolutely have to get an out here. Something into the gap with good speed on the base paths might clear them all and make this game a 3-run contest.
Let's see what Evan Wilson can do now. Granted, if he could do this, that would be quite poetic after the day he had on the mound. And he's also collected a hit in his time in the batter's box. He's 1 for 4 today. His third at-bat, he collected a single. Now a 2-0 count with 1 out. 4-4 is your score in the second of a quadruple header on day 1 of the American Legion tournament at Milan Park. That one in and called a ball. 3 balls, no strikes yet. Still 1 out. Bases are loaded. You don't want to give up a walk. That instantly gives up the tie game. And in a game like this, 1 run might be the difference.
Tough situation for McClintock to come into, but he's really got to buckle down here.
Yep, a strike would be necessary. He decides to turn around and try to throw to second, and he ends up holding on to it. So no throw. No harm, no foul. 3 balls, no strikes, 1 out. Bases loaded for Charleston, post 65. Trying to collect its 18th win of the year against Berkeley.
McClintock's really trying to focus out there. He had to step off several times prior to this pitch.
Let's see. And that will score 1. That one low, and that will score a run. And that might be a game changer as Charleston retakes the lead 5-4. And, yeah, that was not the start you want to have when you come in relief.
Some activity in the Berkeley bullpen. It looks like this might be a conversation for the time being out there on the mound. 5-4, Charleston already has the lead, Jonathan, but with the heart of the order up and Jason Farrell stepping up, you send one into the gap here. Would be huge for Charleston and might be the de facto backbreaker for Berkeley.
Absolutely. Again, we saw this in the first game today, just in a different light. It didn't go to extras and ended up being a 4-run game, but those insurance runs really end up paying off late in the game. And if Charleston can find a way to do that and send it to the bottom of the ninth with a lead, a hefty lead at that, if they can clear these bases, that could be a big deal. And now you have another solid batter coming up to the plate, Jason Farrell, who has a hit on the day as well. Again, both teams in the double digits when it comes to hits, but the pitchers have been the mainstay of this despite the hit onslaught. Farrell takes that one inside.
And you really have to feel for McClintock out there on the mound right now. Seems like he's struggling to find the zone.
And that one inside. 2-1. You don't want to walk two in a row. One unearned run's bad enough. 2-1 is the count with one out. 5-4 your score. Charleston in the lead. And that makes it for ball three. And Farrell going to try and possibly draw a walk. And here comes the coaches. And looks like might be it.
So pitching change for Berkeley in this situation as McClintock just couldn't find the zone. And Jameer Brown is going to take the mound for Berkeley post 14. The Hornets in a really tough situation. Bases loaded, one out, and a 3-ball count on Jason Farrell.
Yeah, just not what you want, but Farrell going to try and, Farrell's got a 3-1 count to work with, and I don't know, just a rough outing for McClintock. He came in a bad situation already. Now, that's no detriment to Jet Gross. He played a full 106, but still not the ideal situation. And again, same thing for Jameer Brown, who comes in relief. Not a solid situation to come in, but got to get those other two outs and give your batters a chance to try and end this game.
Now pitching for Berkeley, post 14.
So Jameer Brown comes in from the shortstop position to pitch, and then going from the pitching mound to go to shortstop will be Wyatt McClintock.
So they do a clean switch. So McClintock has played designated hitter today and then went to pitch, and now he's over at shortstop. And Jameer Brown taking the mound, getting his warm-up pitches in what could be a very unfortunate situation he's walking into. You know, the counts against him, the scores against him, and he still has 2 outs to get.
And a reminder, folks, this is just game 2 of 4 that we have for you from Dale Miller Field. Jonathan and I will hand the baton off to our colleague Dave Wilson, who will handle play-by-play for our third game of the day between Clarksburg post 13 and Wheeling post 1. The winner of that 4 o'clock game will be facing the winner of our first game today, which was post 60. Post 60 outlasted Berkeley 12-8 in the opener of this tournament, and the winner of this one here between Berkeley and Charleston will be advancing to the winners bracket game tomorrow at 7.
Yeah, it'd be nice to get those extra hours of rest. Again, every hour of that counts. That's why the losers bracket plays in the morning. So the first pitch for Brown is a walk, and that'll score a run. Probably the worst possible first pitch other than a grand slam. And the bases stay loaded with 1 out. And, 1 pitch in, and he's already given up a run.
Well, that's a tough situation with 3 balls and 1 strike. And the move for Berkeley was not really for that batter, more so just for future batters coming up. And Grant Barclay, who has been a killer of the Hornets so far today, 3 hits with 2 runs batted in, he steps up.
Yeah, Hornet killer's right, like a can of Raid. He's been gnarly so far this afternoon against Berkeley.
I didn't have Raid on my bingo card today here for our baseball broadcast terminology, but shout out to you, Jonathan, for sneaking that in.
Listen, I don't have a fancy list, but it struck me at the right time, I guess. And that one in for a ball as well. 2-1 the count. 1 out. Bases are still loaded, 6-4, Charleston in the lead. After squandering the 3-0 lead, going down and ended up back up 6-4. That one inside 3-1. It's just like a conga line right now. I mean, it's just not the good time for Jameer Brown to take the mound. And if you're Charleston, let him keep throwing those.
Yeah, just take your walks.
That one rocketed off, foul down the left side, hugging the gate. 3-2, the count goes full with 1 out. We're in the bottom of the 9th in extra innings. If you're just joining us, what a good time to tune in. Bases loaded. And it's inside. That'll score another one. Ball 4. 7-4 your score now is Charleston just taking advantage and taking the free runs.
Well, this is tough, Jonathan. Ever since Jet Gross left the game, hit by pitch, walk, walk, walk. 4 consecutive free passes, and 3 runs have come in on the last 3 free passes. Really tough how this is unfolding for Berkeley.
After a fantastic game, it's been a lackluster top of the 9th, or top of the 9th. Had to check the board. 0-1 the count on Barnett, who has a hit today. Almost everyone has a hit today. Brown deals inside. Evens the count back out at 1-1. 1 out. He's almost to the 10-pitch mark, coming in as the 3rd pitcher for the Hornets today. Can't find the plate on that either. Goes 2-1. 7-4 your score. Charleston, post number 65, leading 7-4 over the Area 3 runner-up, Berkeley, post number 14. Here's the pitch, and he finally gets one to go his way. Evens the count back out to 2-2. 1 out, bases loaded. A strikeout here would be huge. Brown deals. This one rocketed up. Still in the infield, and no one will advance. That'll just be a pop-out for Barnett. It's his 3rd of the day.
So finally an out for post 65 in this inning. That was the first out they've made as a batter, because the first out of the inning was Buckner getting thrown out at home on that wonderful relay throw by Berkeley.
That was an absolutely fantastic play at the plate. And just wonderful is now 2 outs. Bases are still loaded, but no one advanced, so I guess that's a plus. It's still a 3-run advantage for post 65 out of Charleston, West Virginia, the capital city. Jameer Brown still in relief as the 3rd pitcher today. That one bounced off the catcher, and that will score a run, and that will make it a double advantage. 8-4 for Charleston has now doubled up on Berkeley. 8-4 your score after a wild pitch that bounced off what looked to be the foot of the area. We'll see if it shows on the replay. If we have time.
Well, that's tough for Brown. He got that out, and eventually just the next pitch just gets away from the catcher Smith and allows another one in.
And that one down in the dirt for ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes, 2 outs. Runners on 2nd and 3rd. 8-4 your score. Charleston with a high advantage, just racking up 4 runs in the top of the 9th. It's been an onslaught, and most of it has come without pitching, without hitting. Here comes the pitch, and it is off to the left, back toward the 3rd base dugout. And Brown will try to reassess and try to get out of here. Deuces wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Here comes the pitch. And it goes foul off the bottom of the barrel of the baseball bat. Payoff pitch incoming. Possibly. Jameer Brown, the who played shortstop most of today, coming in relief. That one, ring him up. Finally gets out of the inning, but 4 runs are scored by Charleston, and it's now 8-4. Last chance for Berkeley to tie or walk it off. 8-4 your score as we go to the bottom of the 9th. Stay with us as you are listening to the 2025 West Virginia State American Legion Tournament on Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
Metro News is the voice of West Virginia. If your business has a need to reach potential customers in virtually any area within West Virginia, WVRC Media's Metro News platform provides a solution. Metro News covers every county in the state, with over 90 affiliates receiving all or some of our 7 daily and weekly programs. Metro News is a cost-efficient way to deliver your message to the entire state or to a specific geographic area. Metro News also offers your company access to over 1 million visitors per month to our website, wvmetronews.com, which is widely regarded as the state's top online information site. Our commitment is to covering the key issues in our state, from political news, local sports, outdoors, entertainment, to Main Street, West Virginia. Metro News is the trusted source for keeping West Virginians informed. To put the power of the voice of West Virginia, Metro News, to work for your business, simply click the Start a Conversation button below. We'll be back to you within 48 hours.
Let's return to coverage of the 2025 American Legion State Baseball Championships on Metro News.
It's do or die time now for Berkeley, down 8-4 after giving up 4 runs in the top of the 9th in the extra innings. If you're just joining us, it's the American Legion Tournament here at Milan Park, Dale Miller Field. You're watching on Metro News or wherever you may be listening across the network. Jonathan Edwards joined by Jack Carlson, and we've had quite the game, and we've said it over and over, and it's still not to say how great this game has been. And we've gotten free baseball. Hope you're enjoying it wherever you may be watching or listening. Jack, it's the last chance now for Berkeley to try and tie it or walk it off. What do you think about this, like this situation, and what can Berkeley do?
Well, for the Hornets, it's tough not to be demoralized after the top of the 9th inning. 4 runs across the plate, 9 batters to the plate for Charleston. Felt like they were batting forever. And if you're the Hornets, you just have to flush it as quickly as you possibly can, if not for...
Now with several innings under his belt, that one paints the outside. Evens now with several innings under his belt, that one paints the outside. Evens the count at 1.
Well, if you're looking for MVPs in this game, you have to circle those 2 pitchers for post 65. The great start from their starter, Evan Wilson, and then here in relief, not really even missing a beat. The next pitcher, Luke Blades, he's done nice work out of the bullpen and maintained this score where it has been.
And it's not flashy from Blades, but he's getting the job done. That's all you can ask for in relief as he walks Brown, which I'm sure Brown has gotten used to seeing the walk, so nice to see him get one go his way. The man will be on first with no outs, and that will bring up McClintock, who also pitched and got lit up, but he reached today in his time as designated hitter, so he'll have another at-bat. And that one will be a ball.
Number 9, Wyatt McClintock.
Wyatt McClintock again, back in his designated hitter role. He's popped out, he's struck out, he has a base hit. This will be his 4th at-bat today. And that one goes for a strike. 1-1. Again, Berkeley down 8-4 with a runner on first, no outs, and a 1-1 count. And warming up right behind is Oviedo. That one rocketed out to left. Foul. Out of sight. 1-2.
Well, for Berkeley, you have to be very patient in the bottom of the 9th inning. You're not going to get all 4 runs back with one swing of the bat. Just need base runners at this stage. They got the leadoff man on, and now McClintock, it's his job to try and get on base and pass the baton on, as you said, to Oviedo.
And Oviedo has reached twice But first we got to get through McClintock. That one's a bit of a wild pitch, and that will advance Brown to second, as Farrell had trouble honing in the ball from Blades, and now a runner in scoring position. Again, you're still down 4. It's your last chance. You still have all 3 outs to work with. So it's not the worst situation.
We have an issue with the pitch count, perhaps, or maybe the count itself. It's the pitch count.
So after
44
some
pitch count for Blades.
Just got some confirmation, and now that that's settled, we can get back to action. The home plate umpire turned around and had to ask the press box, and I guess someone in the next booth over helped him out. No, we wouldn't have been of help. 2-2. We'll take a reset. 2 balls, 2 strikes, no outs, a runner on second. McClintock, the designated hitter, in, and that one outside. Now 3-2. The count goes full, and Farrell takes a short walk out to the mound to talk to Blades. Doubt it'll be a pitching change, but
maybe a pitch count situation for Blades.
Possibly.
It is.
It is.
So
okay.
He's got to be removed after the 45th pitch.
So 45 was the relief limit, I presume.
So Blades will get some glove taps from his teammates.
Again,
looks like Anderson will be coming into the infield now, potentially to pitch.
A great outing from Blades in relief, all things considered. I mean, if you have the numbers, you can run it down. He had quite the day in his time coming in after Evan Wilson.
Yeah, so he pitches into the 9th inning, so he works 3 innings of relief, surrendering 3 hits and just the 1 run. He is responsible for the base runner out there on second base as it currently stands. Had a couple of free passes that he surrendered, but overall good work by Blades, and you made a good point. He's not going to wow you with the velocity or with anything like that. He's not a flashy pitcher, but he's somebody who gets the job done. He ate up 3 innings. He pitched into the 9th inning here, especially after Wilson maxed out his pitches. Charleston needed somebody to take the ball and get outs, and that's exactly what Blades did. Now they're going to look for the same thing from Anderson, who comes in from right field to pitch. Here in the bottom of the 9th inning, he'll be inheriting a 3-2 count against the shortstop, Wyatt McClintock.
Again, Anderson comes in. He wasn't even a starter in any capacity today. He came in and pinch hit twice. Didn't reach on his first time out, and then had a double to his name. That was a big game changer in this contest. But now Anderson looks to the mound and ready to toe the rubber. And as the 3rd pitcher for Charleston today. And now Charleston has to try and close it out. Still no outs, but a full count. So a payoff pitch coming as his first one when we get back underway. He has to get through his warm-ups.
Well, Jonathan, would it be any surprise if we had some sort of rally here in the bottom of the 9th inning?
Nothing would surprise me after the way today has gone. I can't complain about it either. It's been fantastic baseball, and I can't complain about more baseball and getting more experience on the air. But, yeah, it's been – nothing would surprise me right now.
And get this, folks. We were supposed to have first pitch of our 3rd game of the day at 4 p.m. Well, as you can see, we're at 3:58, so that's not going to be happening anytime soon. We'll have to get this one done, and then the 2 teams, Clarksburg Post 13 and Wheeling Post 1, will have their opportunity to warm up out there on the field prior to first pitch. Once we have confirmation as to the time for our 3rd game of the day, we'll relay that along to you. But once again, we're in the bottom of the 9th inning. 8-4 Charleston leads, but Berkeley trying to find some sort of opening in the armor of Post 65 and see if they can climb back in this one.
Yeah, it's going to take a lot. But, again, as we've seen through 2 games, I mean, Berkeley was down 3-0 in this game and came back to rally. And then we went to extras. It was back and forth. And now, with the way both teams have relief pitchers in, the whole situation of it all, it's who knows. Until there's a final score, not going to count them out. But regardless, it looks like we're about to resume play. And again, your new pitcher for Charleston, Ryan Anderson, who will be towing the rubber in a full count with no outs, a runner on second, Jameer Brown to be exact, and McClintock in the box trying to finish up this at-bat. A payoff pitch incoming as his first. And we're back underway. First pitch is called a strike, and the payoff pitch ends up being a strike, and he's called out. McClintock, frustrated, confused, whatever word you want to put toward it, he hangs his head as he walks back, and that's out number one. A runner still on second, but again,
that's a 50-50 pitch
that
on
was
the inner edge.
Absolutely, that was his second strikeout of the day for McClintock. Oviedo now up. He's walked and had a base hit the 2 times he's reached. And that one hits the netting back in front of us, but behind the catcher. 0-1 with 1 out, 8-4. Charleston leading, trying to close this out in the bottom of the 9th. We've had an inning and a half of free baseball. This was supposed to end after the 7th. Now that one rockets back, similar position behind the catcher. 0-2 count now. Anderson trying to close this game out as the third pitcher for Charleston, post 65 today. The Area 3 champs trying to close this game out against the Area 4 runner-up. And he hits the pitcher, or excuse me, he hits Oviedo.
Been a long day.
It has been a long day. And Oviedo will trot to first. Runners on first and second with 1 out now. And after getting up 0-2 in the count, that's the last thing Anderson wanted, was to hit a pitcher.
Well, Jonathan, don't ever count out.
Hit a batter.
You're good. You're good. Don't ever count out the Hornets. Don't look now, but the game-tying run stands on deck with Cole Smith at the plate and Michael Poltar on deck.
And Poltar has been pinch hitting today. But before we get to that, Cole Smith. This one fouled again. Been plenty of foul balls today. The wind blowing quite a bit now, as it was in Game 1. It's been on and off throughout the game today. There have been moments of cloud coverage and high wind, or moderately high wind at least, but nothing too much to affect either game too much. That ball near the dirt on the opposite batter's box. 1-1 the count with 1 out. Runners on first and second for the trailing Berkeley Hornets from post 14. They hold a 18-8 record. Looking for win number 19 to head to the winner's bracket. If not, the loser goes to the loser's bracket and plays tomorrow morning. This one popped up and still flying and finally hits the bleachers back behind home plate. 1-2 the count now. Anderson trying to ring up one. Again, Charleston 2 outs away from closing out Berkeley in the second of over a dozen games to be held in this American Legion tournament. Here's the pitch, swing. He's going to check for confirmation. He got him. That'll be the strikeout, strike number 3, and that will be out number 2, and that will bring up Poulter. He reached base earlier in this game when he came in to pinch hit, and he is the last hope in this game. In the bottom of the 9th, in extra innings, 2 outs. Poulter versus Anderson is your battle. Anderson looking, ready to deal. Runners on first and second for Berkeley. Poulter trying to make some magic. And a really long pre-pitch ritual waiting for both the batter and the pitcher to get ready. Anderson ready, looking back behind him at second base. And here's the pitch. It's outside for ball 1. Upper right corner.
Poltar 0 for 2 officially in this game.
Poulter trying to do something and keep this game alive. That one over the plate but out, so that will be ball number 2 2 balls, no strikes, 2 outs, runners on first and second for Berkeley. Berkeley trailing by 4 against Charleston. Combined 23 hits today between the two squads. Wild pitch that will advance runners. Anderson struggling on that. That's ball 3. Runners on second and third now, both of them in scoring position with Poulter at the plate, and he is ahead in the count compared to Anderson. Anderson's got to battle back or try and hope for a pop-out. He shows bunt, ends up taking a walk, and now bases are loaded. Bases are loaded with 2 outs. It's a 4-run game. The tying run is at the plate.
How about that, Jonathan? Never count out the Hornets. Sam Hefner, their last hope here, trying to prolong this game. One big swing of his bat, and we've got a brand new ball game.
Now, granted, on the bright side for Charleston, Sam Hefner is in the 9-hole, but he does have a hit today. It was a base hit, but, wilder things have happened in baseball, folks. So if you're watching or listening, wherever you may be taking this game in, not only has it been a good one, it's not over yet. So Anderson has to get one more out for Charleston to take this win, and it's inside. Oh, it ends up being called a strike. That looked really inside from our vantage point. But 1-1 the count with 2 outs and bases loaded for Berkeley. Anderson ready and deals. This one outside on the right half, opposite batter's box, 2-1. Again, 8-4 your score if you're just tuning in. Charleston trying to go home, or excuse me, not even go home, move on to the winner's bracket, up 8-4. And as Anderson deals on the outside again, the frame job doesn't work. And it is 3-1 count with 2 outs. You don't want to give up any unearned runs like this. So still have a ball to work with.
What a wild game this has been, Jonathan. Goodness.
I know. Getting our reps in. So if you're still tuned in, I would hope, thank you for tuning in. And we'll have a quick recap after the game as well. And then we'll have 2 more games this evening. Who knows when they'll go on? Maybe midnight. We don't know.
Midnight baseball here at Dale Miller.
Again, a picture-perfect day. It is a hot one. I'm sure those bleachers are hot, but we're in the AC. Can't complain. 3-1 the count as Ryan Anderson trying to get out of this jam and end this game and send Charleston on to the next round. There's a strike, and that will make the count full. 3-2. The payoff pitch coming. So last chance for Sam Hefner, who bats 9th. And that one in. Oh, wow. They called it a ball. He's going to walk, and that's going to score 8-5.
Wow.
And bases will remain loaded. I think everyone here except the umpires in a bit of shock. Wow. You got anything on that?
I think that's what you call a 50-50 pitch. We'll take another look on our Metro News television stream. May have been just a touch low.
It may be a little bit low.
But that's the type of call that you want to have if you're Charleston. This has been a lengthy game nearing 3 hours. We had our first pitch at 1:15, approaching 4:15. We're not done yet, Jonathan.
No, I'm not complaining about it. This is awesome. So with 2 outs and bases still loaded, 8-5 is the score. And now you can have a walk-off grand slam if you want to get frisky here. It could be a 9-5 walk-off. Dolly Parton's laughing in the distance.
Trace Huff batting for the 6th time in this game. Wow.
My goodness. My scorebook's all over the place right now. 2-0 the count. You don't want to walk another. As Anderson already behind in the count. And you have the leadoff batter who has reached 3 times. And we've got... What do we got? We got a little bit of confusion down here.
Might be a pitching change. We got our umpires conferring.
Is there a pitch limit on 20? We'll keep you updated, folks. This is unraveling in front of us. As the umpires talk and a couple coaches come out to talk. It's a bit of a family gathering around here between both teams, the coaches, the umpires. As it stands, though, a 2-0 count with 2 outs, 8-5, and bases loaded. A walk-off is at the plate, a potential walk-off, I should say, if he could hit a grand slam. Easily the longest game of our two. Not that there's much competition. That was a longer game. We were joking before the game, or before this game, about how long game 1 was because it postponed. And it looks like we might have some information or resuming.
So, much to do about nothing, it seems.
Yeah, I was going to ask you for an explanation. You seem to be more in touch with that side of the game, but...
Sadly not in this regard.
Yeah, no, I don't think anyone is. Anderson comes back to deal, and he gets a strike, finally, 2-1. He's no longer strikeless at this at-bat. And a big swing and a miss from Huff. He was swinging for the fences. Now 2-2. Deuces are wild in what could be the final pitch of this game. Bases are loaded. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Anderson, here's the pitch to Huff, and he calls it. And that is your ball game as Anderson finally gets out of the jam and wins 8-5. Charleston over Berkeley. We'll be back to wrap it up in the post game. And you're listening to the 2025 West Virginia State American Legion Tournament on Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
Inside all of us lies a potential to succeed. The definition of success differs for each of us. It's personal. One size doesn't fit all. At MVB, we believe in relationships supported by technology, product offerings, and industry knowledge. We believe in your imagination, your determination, and your grit. Our financial services keep pace with your ambition and empower your limitless potential. We say yes if, when other banks say no because. At our core, we power potential. We strive to unlock the potential in you, your family, your business, and your community. Your success is our success. You deserve more than a bank. You deserve a trusted partner on the financial frontier. MVB, powering your potential.
Let's make a deal at Buchanan Toyota. 3.99% financing, up to 60 months on all new 2024 Toyota Tacomas, gas or hybrid. Buchanan Toyota, closer than you think.
Steig Wealth Enhancement Group is now Wealth Enhancement. We believe retirement starts with a plan. Saving for college starts with a plan. Your legacy starts with a plan. Do you have the right plan? Call our team at 304-443-4240 or email steig-info@wealthenhancement.com.
Little General Stores has been serving West Virginia communities for almost 5 decades. We are so grateful to be a small part of your lives, and we want to recognize the integral part of our operation, the LG family. You keep us going. Thank you.
Big box stores can't match this. At the Ranch Community Store, every purchase supports our community and fuels the mission of the Chestnut Mountain Ranch, a place of hope for young boys. Your shopping changes lives. Come see what's new, where thrifting thrives to change lives.
Drops to 18-9. As you can see on our Metro News television live stream, 4 runs in the top of the 9th inning for Charleston post 65. Berkeley responds with 1 and strands the bases loaded in the bottom of the 9th inning. They had the game-tying run aboard, game-winning run at the plate, but just couldn't come through with that hit. And so, resetting the bracket, Berkeley falls to the loser's bracket. They will play at 1 p.m. tomorrow, and they will play the loser of our nightcap tonight between Parkersburg post 15 and Morgantown post 2, tentatively scheduled for a 7:40 first pitch, but stay tuned to our networks to see when that first pitch will take place. Meanwhile, Charleston post 65 with the victory advances to the winner's bracket. They will play at about 7 p.m. tomorrow against the winner of Parkersburg post 15 and Morgantown post 2. That's going to do it for me.
Yeah, an absolutely fantastic game. It's been an awesome morning of baseball. Still 2 more games to come tonight and 4 more days after this if everything plays out. Your final score here, 8-5, Charleston over Berkeley. And be sure to tune back in at 4:50 for Game 3 of a quadruple header today. So, for Jack Carlson and the rest of everyone here at Metro News, I'm Jonathan Edwards, and you've been listening to the American Legion 2025 West Virginia State Tournament from Dale Miller Field in Morgantown, West Virginia at Milan Park. Stay tuned. We'll have more games for you today.